What's up, Carnival spirits? It's BeastMaster, and we're in a brand new year. We're on the same channel. This is Carnival Spirits, and this is the BeastMaster Show. And today I am going to bring on my guest a little earlier than normal because we are ready to get this shit popping. It's 2021. And yo, what up, everybody who's already waiting in the chat? You guys are the shit. Nintendo Fan Guy, Don Chaos, Noah, Il Al. I hope you guys had a great New Year's Eve. We had a blast right here on Carnival Spirits. We live streamed for 7.5 hours, hitting the New Year's ball drop in like 3 different time zones. I got drunk and I didn't even realize till the next day that I slashed my shin. I cut my shin. You can't really tell, but man, I was hurting. I had a puke bucket. I didn't have to use this bad boy, but good old Wilson was there. Just in case I needed them. Luckily, it didn't get out of hand like that, but it was a blast. Yeah, we were all getting lit and celebrating, the end of probably the shittiest year of the new millennium. And now the millennium is old enough to drink. That's right. The new millennium is 21 years old. So everyone's like, new year, new me. And the millennium's like, I don't even remember going to bed last night. As it should be when you're celebrating your 21st. All right. So, what up, Snow? Hey, yay. All right. So I'm going to bring on my guest and we're going to get this show going. And we're going to keep it on schedule. If you guys didn't notice, like every episode of the BeastMaster Show is getting longer and longer than the one before it. And we're going to stop that trend right now because we're going to cut this off after 3 hours at 6 p.m. and we're going to keep it short and sweet like that. Yeah, that's right. Here we consider 3 hours a short stream. All right. So Illy Go, what up? Yeah, 7.5 hours. It was a good time. And that stream is up if you guys want to watch it. There's plenty of shenanigans and lots of fun. We had a bunch of guests. And but my guest today is none other than the homie, Cali Green Too Fresh. What up, homie?
What up, BeastMaster? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm energized. I'm fed. I'm showered. I got my hair down. I let my hair down. It's 2021. I don't give a fuck. I'm feeling good. It's not really the norm that I'm in such a good mood, but I'm in a great mood today. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with you. Yeah, you're looking all kinds of haggard actually. You're looking like a ding ding doll came to life. What the fuck?
You like it though?
Yeah, Cali Green has the actual hair of a dead child growing out of his nug bone. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I keep it hidden so most people don't know, but it got long as fuck.
Well, I mean, people knew, right? Because you always like you didn't do dreads or nothing, but you always had like your hair sticking out in weird Cali ways,
Remember, I was doing dreads last year, and then I spent like fucking 10 hours or some shit getting all that shit out of my hair because I just couldn't do it anymore.
I mean, what was it that you were using? Like most people use like beeswax and stuff.
Yeah, I was using the first time around, I think I was using beeswax. Man, I had a few different things I tried, but I don't have enough time for that. I'm not dedicated enough to the hair.
Well, you're not dedicated enough to the hair. You are one of the most dedicated motherfuckers I know when it comes to other things.
And that's why I didn't have enough to give to the hair, because I get all the carnival spirits and Fago lovers and the underground. So
yeah, you're spreading yourself a little thin there. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you kill it, man. You're like one of the hardest working ninjas I know, and I'm proud to call you, my partner. You, me, and Scotty Balls are the Triforce of the Gnome, and along with the rest of the Carnival Spirits crew, we've been just having the best time for the past 9 years on Carnival Spirits, and and so this is the year that I have chosen to take ownership of my streams and slap my name on these things. It is the BeastMasteR show, and so really, like, I was gonna start the BeastMasteR show today, like the first Saturday of the new year. That was the original plan.
That was the original plan. I remember that.
Right, but Scotty Balls, suggested that I just started immediately when I came up with the idea. And so we've already got 4 episodes under the belt, which is great because I feel like I was able to, kind of work out some kinks. And trust me, there's going to be more kinks.
Definitely. That's without question.
Yeah, you can't escape the kinks. But we have a lot to talk about. And as you guys can see, there's a brand new logo for the show. And let me just see if I can pull this up right now and see how it looks. Application window, template. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty sweet here. You like that? I actually threw our pictures on the flyer this time. And
right. The Aerosmith throwback.
No doubt. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Fits the screen and everything. I did a little bit of work here. I actually put some thought into it. I'm like, let me see if I can fill the screen. And of course, this is the only thing that's going to fill the screen. Everything else is still fucking misproportioned. But hey, we're getting there. We're getting there, baby steps.
Almost there. Almost there.
So I'm excited to have you as a guest. I remember what was it, last week or the week before, you were hitting me up. You're like, yo, who's your guest? If he bails, can I join? I'm like, hey, you got to wait your turn.
Yeah, man, I've been excited. Like, you've been killing it on these live streams. And, I feel like it's the right timing now. Start the new year, the new first episode of the BeastMasteR show with the two of us. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Right on. But yeah, so I definitely, I have the entire month booked with guests already for all of January. And I've been hitting people up little by little. I'm not like spamming everyone, I'm actually hitting people up. Happy New Year. Once they start reciprocating with me, that's when I ask them if they want to join the show. And I actually have a conversation with them. I'm not just spamming juggalos about this, because that's not how I roll. And that doesn't really work. You put out like 20 messages and only 4 people get back to you, and you're just left in limbo wondering if they're ever going to, check their DMs. And that's a pain in the ass, right?
That's always a pain in the ass. Trust me, I know.
Oh, man. I want to put my hair up, but it's still a little wet. So I'm just going to try to let it air dry for a minute. But yeah, man, let me go back like this. Oh, yeah, here we go. We can see the title of today's episode is off the jump, R.I.P. MF Doom. I suppose we can start with just talking about that because
I mean, yeah.
This was so. Oops, sorry. What am I doing? trying to fill the screen here. I told you, I'm feeling kinky. So on New Year's Eve, MF Doom's wife revealed that he passed away last year, and he actually passed away on Halloween. So this was under wraps for 3 months, or two good months before. It's I don't know how I feel about that. It's almost hey, everyone's about to have fun and celebrate the new year. By the way, bad news. But at the same time, is there ever a good time for bad news?
There really isn't. I think that's kind of like a, what? It's Halloween. Let's not release this information right away. Well, fuck. Thanksgiving, Christmas. I think it's just timing and wanting to pay respect, because what happens whenever an artist dies? What the collectors, I need to get every MF Doom CD. So then it could kind of muddle the holiday. You feel me? So I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to start selling all your merch of an artist right when they die, or start scooping up all that merch like right when they, I don't know. I just, it's a gray area. So I feel like that could kind of tie into it a little bit.
Okay.
That's just a personal take.
Yeah, I was thinking like, the guy was not old. He wasn't even 50 years old yet. I think he was like 48, 49. So, and he's been making music so long that he must have been, like he's one of these like musical geniuses that was pumping out music as a young man, like as a kid, You know what, man? I got to show you something. I didn't prepare it, but it's right here. Let me just grab something to show you. It's kind of jumping the gun because I wasn't really prepared to show off my vinyl collection, but I actually got some vinyl here. And, at Christmas time, I have some like Christmas vinyls, and I brought them to my parents' house and played them, for nostalgia. I got a little record player now. I'm just starting to build my vinyl collection. And I was showing my mom my vinyl collection, and like half of my records she appreciates, half of them she has no clue what the fuck's going on.
Right.
No disrespect to my mom's, but she's not a juggalo. So I have a small like record collection, and some of it's like classic rock, stuff that my mom knows. And when she saw this record, she was asking me questions about it. Right here.
Hell yeah.
So this is like, instrumentals, special herbs. You can see, there's the mask.
That's dope.
And it's funny because I picked this up at a record store, but I already have all the tracks digitally. I mean, to be honest with you, I've actually rapped over a couple of these beats, like done remixes, because that's what you do when you're an amateur rapper, is that you rap over other people's beats. Like a lot of people put out mixtapes, and all they're doing is rapping over their favorite rappers' beats,
Right.
A Premier beats, or Jedi Mind Tricks beats, or Ill Bill beats, Necro beats. Like I actually have rapped, and I have tracks on some of these beats right here. And so I bought the record because I needed the karma, because I knew I was like rapping over dudes' beats. And I mean, I'm not selling, I'm not making money off of it, but I was like, let me at least like own the vinyl. So that way I can, I don't know, this is really fucking like special to me. And I thought I'd just bust it out here, and show you guys. But the rest of my vinyl collection is for another time. Another episode. We'll do a show and tell in the future, and we'll dig into this bag later.
Hell yeah. I think I only have like 2 vinyls, like honestly, 2 or 3.
Good grief. All right. So yeah, that was really sad news. But
yeah, we got that news right before we went live on New Year's.
Yeah, pretty much. Like within the hour.
Yeah, like we were talking about, all right, we're going to be going live this time, blah, blah, blah. And it went from that to like all of us in our own little prep worlds. And then all of a sudden, every MF Doom died. Like, oh shit. Like all at once.
I think, I don't know who shared it in the chat first, but I had seen it on Instagram. People were posting, pictures on Instagram, and I check Instagram often, and so I saw that shit. And then as soon as I went in the chat, like everyone, it was already being shared, So we all found out at the same time, because everybody is addicted to the internet, and it's like once news breaks, It's like everybody, it's like a ripple effect. It's like a shock wave that just goes globe to corner of the globe, like all four corners of the flat earth, you know?
Right. And it starts with this, with one little click. Click.
But that's you know, you can tell that this dude meant a lot to a lot of people because I just seen so many people posting about it, you know? It's not the same as I mean, a lot of people died last year, a lot, you know, and you know, I tried to do an in memoriam. I can never say that word. An in memoriam, where I tried to pay tribute to all the fallen celebrities and a few of the, you know, like DJ Run for Cover. We lost him last year in the beginning of the year. You know, Maximum Overload's father passed away. You know, just a bunch of people took some huge losses last year. And, you know, there was a wrestler that died like in between New Year's and Christmas or right before Christmas. And I don't know who he is, but, you know, I see all my wrestling mark homies, you know, mourning that. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But you know what? It's the same shit every year. You know, more people are going to die in 2021. It's a fact.
Yeah, no, it's like, all right, who's this year taken from us? Like, that's kind of become the thing.
Yep. And they usually come in threes, but I feel like 2020 was such a shitstorm that the rule of three didn't even apply. It's like the rule of 3,000, you know, it's like every day was like a 9/11.
It was more like the rules of bingo. Everything's just random. Pick a number.
Right. All right. Well, yeah, it's good to you know, it's good to pay your respects and all, but you know, we're gonna focus on the positive.
But yeah, on the flip side, right? We got a lot of great music throughout the year. ICP was slow in the kickoff, but Shaggy and the Creep kept things going for us Juggalos. You know, we had Gathering in the Matrix, which was dope. So you got to weigh things out. You know, you can't look at that glass like half empty.
Well, the way I feel is, you know, there are things I've learned in my life that it's like sometimes I forget and I have to remind myself, you know, but anytime like tragedy strikes, it's like a wake up call for me. You know, it like puts my attitude in check. I'm like reminded that I got it pretty good and I'm still breathing and, you know, and I still got functional limbs and, you know, I still got my hair. I mean, there's so many things to be grateful for that people take for granted when they're bitching and whining about stuff. And we'll get to that later. But it just, you know, it's not the new year that rejuvenates me. What it is, it's tough times that forces me to buckle down and take care of business. And last year was one of the toughest years ever. And so I actually have come out of 2020 extremely fucking strong because I was forced to, you know?
Yeah, we all were. 2020 was a shitstorm. There's no getting around it. But, you know, moving on from the shitstorm.
Yeah, you know, hold on. Let's just see a little bit of these comments from the chat, you know. Special herbs. There's like a lot of different volumes of special herbs. That just happens to be the one that has the beats on it that I rapped over. And don't you guys worry, you will hear it someday. Someday you'll hear those remixes. I'll play them for you on the BeastMasteR show. That's what we're doing up on here. But vinyl records are my obsession, a little more than CDs. Yeah, they're fun. You know, I had vinyl when I was a kid. Like I had a little Fisher Price record player, you know, a little kid record player. And my parents, you know, they had a big boy and big girl record player. So it's like once I got older, I actually got into my parents' records. They had like the Beach Boys and the Beatles and they had Elvis records and, you know, they had a Pink Floyd record. It was the one with all the beds on the beach, like going off into the horizon.
I don't know what album that is. I know which one you're talking about though.
I mean, it was so trippy. I just remember being fascinated by. I mean, it's very influential. Like the artwork that goes with music and stuff, and on vinyl, the artwork is huge. You know, unlike when I kind of came of age. And what is everyone fucking buying and playing? Little cassettes. So the artwork's all tiny on the cassette tape. Like, but before our time, it was huge on the vinyl.
Yeah, I tried like doing a cassette like thing where I was going to start collecting cassette tapes, and it was cool for a minute, and then I was like, you know, what's so dope about this? The artwork is always lazy as fuck. You don't get like the full experience that you get with like a CD or a record. You don't get that with the cassette tape, and then the quality is always shit.
I started my CD collection in the early 90s, even though they were around in the 80s. But yeah. I remember it's always when someone like, you know, someone else influences you or gifts you something, right? So my first CD ever was the Red Hot Chili Peppers Blood Sugar Sex Magic, because a buddy of mine gave it to me for free. So he gave me a CD, and I was like, cool, but oh, my mom has a CD player. So I would go to my mom's. She had a boombox, a big ass boombox, and so I would like listen to my one CD on her boombox. You know, Sir Psycho Sexy. What a fucking dirty song. As a kid, I thought that was the dopest fucking shit. Second to last track on that album, Sir Psycho Sexy. One day I'm going to cover that song. Mark my words. I want to cover that.
See, like growing up, before I had a CD player, it was my first Sony, and it was like this multicolored, like little kids radio, and it had a cassette player on it. It was like red and yellow and blue, all play school colors looking. And I had my first cassette was Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah, all right, nice.
That was my first like real album right there. Ugly Kid Joe, America's Least Wanted.
Yeah, dude. Okay, America's Least Wanted. That was their actual full-length album. My first Ugly Kid Joe cassette was the EP that came before it, As Ugly as They Want to Be.
Yeah, As Ugly as They Want to Be, where it was the black background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because that was at the time when, you know, Tipper Gore was fighting against, you know, bad lyrics, and, you know, like Two Live Crew was being, you know, kind of, what do you call it when they're getting picked on? They were like these pariahs, like they were being blamed for Baby Got Back and other artists, not just them. But so they're slapping parental advisory stickers on music for the first time ever. And I'm trying to buy this cassette. Remember, I'm a kid, so I'm not at the mall without my mom, and I'm trying to buy this cassette tape with this huge middle finger on it.
Little kid, he's got his hat on backwards, middle finger, beer bottle behind his back.
But you know what, Callie? Here's the best part. The way they had it for sale is there was a sticker on the front covering the middle finger. So I got away with it without my mom knowing what was under the sticker.
That's funny.
I'm just saying. I mean, it got easier because eventually, you know, you start going to the mall. Eventually you get older, and then it's not cool to be at the mall with your mom, you know, and then you got to call your mom to get a ride home.
You see, it's such because when it was no longer cool to be at the mall with your mom, my mom worked at the mall. So my mom worked at Hot Topic. So there was no avoiding it. Like every day at fucking school, I hear shit. Hey, so I went and visited your mom yesterday.
Oh,
guys.
I was gonna say, like, you know, that could be a cool thing, you know, when you're like, I know a couple kids whose moms actually worked in the cafeteria at school, and so, you know, we would all be friendly to his mom, and then be mean to him.
Like, my mom has always looked like 10 years younger, and she had me like a month after she turned 16. So she looks young as fuck. So every time like she has to pick me up from school, or, you know, everybody's hitting on her. So it was just everybody. Everybody. Or when I'm getting picked up from like daycare, it's like, Doug, your sister's here. Like, it's not my sister, it's my mom. You
Nice.
fuck with me. You
I
know,
don't
I'm
know. These all sound like compliments to me. I want to meet your mom now. um, no, but it's fun to go down memory lane and think about that shit because it's retro. Vinyl is retro. And CD cassettes. With the Walkman and then the Discman, right? And no one ever had like a fucking turntable, man. No one's walking around with your fucking record player playing. Like that wasn't mobile.
right. Everything's like that now, though. I mean, like CDs are retro because there's a lot of kids today that have never even seen a CD.
I'll tell you this, Callie Green, and anybody out there who makes music. If I support you by buying your CD, I am being super nice to you because I don't even own a CD player right now. I don't. Look, things that used to have CD players in them stopped incorporating it. My car does not have a CD player.
Right.
The computer that I'm using right now, no CD drive. I got a Mr. Coffee over here, no CD player in it, and it would fucking be perfect right there on the top. So it's just lame. It's so lame. Like they're pushing us into the digital world, and I'm okay with Spotify and streaming with the aux cord and or Bluetooth, or I'm okay with that technology. But like I said, if I'm supporting an artist and I buy their CD, that's because take that as a fucking compliment, because I can't even bump your CD, and I'm still supporting you by buying it. Like I don't know. It's a weird world, man.
It's a strange world we're living in right now. I mean, I remember whenever I bought my laptop, I'm looking through every single one, trying to find one that had a CD drive. I had to ask them eventually. I'm at Best Buy and I'm like, hey, I need one with a CD drive. And they're like, I don't know if we have one. And they had to dig around and they eventually figured out like, oh, we have like one, like literally like one left with the CD drive still.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
All right, so let's move on to the next thing. You don't even know what this is, Callie, but I'm going to share screen some. It's like I've been thinking about like how much do I want to do screen shares and how much do I want to show graphics in Photoshop. And in this case, I didn't have a chance to get the graphics, but I also want to promote an artist. So we're going to go to this artist's Instagram page to show the promo for a new album that dropped yesterday. Okay, and I'm gonna plug this because I heard the album and it's amazing, and I want you guys to get up on this game and check this album out if you're interested. So let me let's see, stop that one, open up a new one. I got a Chrome tab for that ass. And
I'm gonna grab a drink.
All right, you do that, and I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna move this window a little bit. So right now we're looking at La Perp's Instagram page, and that's my homie right here. And she dropped an album yesterday, and it is fire. All right, it's called Brick by Brick, and it's on all the streaming outlets. I listen to it on Spotify. It's let me tell you how many tracks there are. Let's see. There's an intro, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 tracks, no features. It's just her, and she's rapping and she's singing, and it's really good. So here's I guess this is an image of the back of the physical. And if you guys can't read what it says, I'll read it for you, or at least parts of it. But it's recorded by La Perp, beats by Straight Jacket, co-produced and mixed by Straight Jacket. We've also got beats by Anon, but let's see, Lendo Beats, Domain, Anon. So it looks like only the intro was actually produced by Straight Jacket, but the whole album is mixed and mastered by Straight Jacket. of course, straitjacket is kind of like a hot button subject right now because of the new revelation of his, I guess, his exodus of the psychopathic camp and you know, working on new shit. But this guy is like an independent contractor. I mean, that's what producers do, don't they? They try to work with as many artists as they can, right? I mean, they're trying to expand their portfolio and they're trying to get their beats heard.
Oh, do you know the history of straitjacket? Do you know his actual like underground history?
I don't. Do you?
Yeah, of course I do.
All right. Well, that's why I have you on the show, bro.
So I'll start at like he'd been in the underground scene for years, but he really started to hit around it was like the late 2000s, around like 07 through 9ish with Dead and Dirty Productions, which was Dead Dirty Carnies. They were a group in the underground. That was their label.
Oh, I
So
know who they are, and I not only is that name ringing a bell, but I can even picture their stuff because I used to see flyers and you know on social media. Yeah, I'm familiar with Dead and Dirty very much.
he was working with them for years and put out albums underneath their label, and then for a slight minute he was part of Native World. After that, DDC, they stopped making music, the label dissolved. He worked with ABK and Native World for a little bit, and then from there, what happens? He gets picked up by Psychopathic, and then
it makes sense. That makes sense. You know, he's already in the underground.
Right after Psychopathic picked him up, I believe he actually dropped like an independent album. Like, so yeah, he's been doing the independent thing forever, and that just goes to show like people think that they can get like that easy route in, like you know, like, oh, maybe if I produce some tracks, then I can go from production into getting verses, or like, you know, DJ Clay. People were like, well, how come he never had an album drop on Psychopathic? How come he never dropped an album? Well, because they didn't like him. They didn't like his actual music. You know, it's like here and there, drop a song, cool. But you know what I mean? Just because you're working for Psychopathic Records doesn't mean that they're going to put out everything that you do, right?
Yeah, you're hired to do a job, but then, you know, you also, I don't know. I mean, who is to say what goes on behind closed doors and what kind of contracts and verbal agreements and deals people are making? And honestly, like with the NDAs and all that, like you were mentioning that before in your last video response about
I've had NDAs before, you know, like that's a real thing. And if you speak anything that's, you know, you're not supposed to speak on, that they can get you and get you for a load of money.
right. So I always kind of look at it like, you know, people they're like Curious George. Everybody is so curious and everyone wants to know spill the tea, give me the dirt, you know, fucking water cooler talk, like gossiping, rumors, you know, like just everyone's looking for the facts. And so, I mean, if no one's even interested, then maybe you're doing your job wrong. You know, when the internet is all a buzz and a flurry, maybe that's a good thing, you know? So I'm just saying, like, when people are all bent out of shape over artists, you know, jumping ship or switching camps or, you know, working with different people that don't get along with each other, it's like, well, good for that. Good for him for fucking being on his job. And really, I don't hold it against him because right now, like, if you're a musician, I'd be taking any work I can get, you know, and honestly, like I'm very proud of Sarah LaPerp here to put her debut album out, and it's kind of fucking dope that Straitjacket mixed and mastered the whole thing because he's a talented motherfucker, and honestly, he made this thing sound great. I mean, she sounds great, and the production sounds great. So I highly recommend you guys check this shit out. It's called Brick by Brick. It's not a long listen at all. You know, it's like 20 minutes, and it's seriously like all killer, no filler, in my humble opinion. And I'm not just saying that because we're friends, but I am telling you guys about it because we're friends, because I want to promote my homie, and absolutely don't sleep on this. You know, it just dropped yesterday, so it's brand fucking new. I've already bumped it like 3 times, and I have my hard copy on the way. So I'm supporting my friends in music, you know, and I bought a CD, and I don't even have a CD player. So, but yeah, this is La Perp. Follow her on Instagram. Follow her on, you know, Facebook. She's got the Facebook page. She's on YouTube. I'm sure you can find her album. This is some dope artwork she had commissioned, but you know, she's got a lot of streams because the first single from her album actually came out at the beginning of 2020, and we talked about that last week with Shanzi when we were covering all the music of 2020. I talked about Hop In, which is the debut single from this record. And also her boyfriend dropped his debut album last year, and that was Valo. I think it was Venomous or Vicious. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. I think it was Vicious, the name of his CD or his album. So, but yeah, these guys are killing it, and they're working, you know, with more than just, you know, Straight Jacket. I mean, they're doing shows with Project Born and other, you know, artists out in the Detroit area. So, you know, once shows start picking up again, and once this underground starts rising from the dead once again, keep your eyes open, because they're just getting things started, you know. And that's the best way I can plug it, you know. That's my honest, genuine review, is that it's a dope album, and I'm super proud of her. So that's La Perp, Brick by Brick. Show some love. All right, and now that we've got the plug out of the way, let's see, what am I trying? Should we do the other one, the other announcement that dropped on New Year's Eve? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that we could segue into that. I think that's perfect.
Because that's not even mentioned on the title of the video, so we knew we had to squeeze that in. Might as well squeeze that in now, you know, promote some more music, some new music on the way.
Have at it.
All right, so let's see what I got here. Let's see. Like I said, there's a few kinks in the armor, but it's not going to stop us. We're going to keep this going, because that's how it is when you're live. You kind of have to work with what you got. And I got only 2 hands, 1 mouse. All right, ready? Here comes the graphic, and I'm hoping that Callie Green can be the one to school us on this info, because he knows more than I do. But here it is.
Oh, super famous fun time, guys. Yes, I can give you some knowledge on this right here.
Okay, so I got this one. This was the first image that we saw, and then there was this one. Oops. What am I doing? Oh, all right. I want to make it bigger. So talk to me, man.
Well, super famous fun time, guys. Just signed to Long Live Evil, the fucking AXE label. They are members of the Underground Prop Squad, which is Low Key's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's actually where AXE was. They were repping that before they got signed, so it makes sense. It's cool that they're putting them in the spotlight.
Okay, so I want to try to reiterate what you said, but I have a question, because you said that Axe was repping Underground Prop Squad before they were signed, but they weren't signed to Long Live Evil. This is their new label.
This is their new label.
So yeah, I know everybody already knows this, but I am articulating this for the uninitiated, because you never know who's watching and who is new
Right.
to this stuff. But Axe was signed to Magic Ninja Entertainment.
Yeah.
And so they've had a few albums out on that. So this Long Live Evil label, does that mean that they're done with M&E, or is this one of those like psychopathic slash, or you know what I mean, where you're on a label but really you're just banking on their distribution?
Yeah, this is definitely a slash label, which honestly, AXE, the whole time that they've been signed, they've been running their own merch store and they've been doing their own hustle on the side. So a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, like they have their own merch store. They've been doing their own hustle on the side. I think they even sell their own CDs aside from the MNE web store.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that's the hustle. I mean, that's what Ouija Mac does. He's always doing his exclusive merch drops and stuff, right?
Right, exactly. It's the new age. This is how we're doing it. And yeah, AXE, they decided to do their own little label, side label, and this is the first group from that.
Well, I was confused when they first dropped these images because I didn't pay too close attention. I thought that they were, because they said they had a huge announcement, right? And then the announcement seemed like it was like a pre-order for a single. So, but then I heard, wait, is it an album or a single? Is it just a collab? But what it is, they're actually joining the label and they have an album, and it's just one song featuring Ali Zuliul. I looked at the track list already, so I saw that shit. So it makes sense now, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to hearing it. And do you know these guys' names? Isn't one of them called Irate?
You know what? I think one of them's Irate, and then the other one, fuck, who is the other guy?
Well, I don't know, but I was leading you with that question because I know.
I'll be honest, like I'm not 100% who's behind the masks, and I should know, but I just don't.
Oh, you're fired.
I know.
Callie Green gets the first whack point of the year right here. No, but listen, Irate. I see him on Instagram. He's always liking or commenting Carnival Spirits posts on Instagram. So that dude's been showing us love. And like, even though I'm kind of new to their music, I wanted to show that love back because when I see people interacting with us, you know, and then I find out that they're putting out dope music, well, hell yeah, I'm going to fucking promote you. Because if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. That's how this works. You know, I'm actually here for the camaraderie of Juggalos, and I'm down for this independent shit. Like, there have been other times in my life where I was a little bit less open to listening to a whole bunch of underground shit, but that's just because I was bogged down with like demons and I had too much, you know, I was carrying too much baggage and I just didn't have enough love to spread, you know?
You were part of the underground label scene, so you know it gives you a different perspective, and whenever you have peeked behind the curtain, you know what I mean, there's no going back. Like, you have that mind frame, so it takes a little bit to get used to it once you've switched it up, and especially after, you know, yeah, I mean, the label you're a part of, you know, it crumbled apart, and then trying to open the doors and listen to new artists whenever you just were fucking with like, you know, 10 to 20 of them in the underground.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know what I mean, it becomes like a situation where it's like, well, fuck this. Because
well, I like when I see Juggalos making moves. All right. That's how I'm going to put this. I like seeing Juggalos make moves, and these guys are clearly Juggalos.
Oh, wait, hey, check it. Stalker, thank you. All right, so check it.
All right, what's your comment?
8 legs, and I thought it was 8 legs, and I didn't want to be the fucking dumbass and be like 8 legs, but there you go.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm an idiot, and I'll own my. See, that's what we need fact checkers for, guys. That's you guys' job watching. It's your job to fact check us.
I'm over here like, fuck, I know this. I fucking know this, but I don't at the moment. But it is what it is. Brain fart. Thank you. Thank you for that. Whipstick and 8 legs. And you know 8 legs, of course.
Oh, I know 8 legs. He is one of the illest graphic artists I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking dope. So I may be confusing people. I may not know people's names, but I
So,
do know Eight Legs artwork.
so
That
check it. Eight
beast.
Legs. Eight Legs was actually signed to my boys Genocide Entertainment for a little bit, like signed. But yeah, before he started fucking with UPS, that he was doing music with them. So while he was pumping out that, and that was like in the middle of him pumping out all the height of him rising up in the underground. So that shit's fresh. He's definitely a dope artist.
Adam Unholy, late to the party. Found out about them this weekend. Well, you know what? I bet that they would appreciate that because, making a big announcement, letting your fans know about upcoming projects, and then actually making enough noise where people that don't even know who you are discover you, and now you're on their radar. Like that right there is the hustle. And
Right.
and so if anybody is watching is curious, check out the super famous Fun Time Guys. That's a completely legit name right there. Super famous Fun Time Guys. Like if you don't want to check that out, then I don't know. what is your malfunction conjunction junction?
I know, right? Do you even party like with a name like that? Fucking A, super famous Fun Time Guys.
Yeah, so I mean, it really is. They seem like fun guys, and when I say fun guys, I mean like tripping out, fucking colorful, like psychedelic fungi.
If you've seen Eight Legs' artwork, yeah, and then you can tell like that's clearly like his visual work right there as well.
I guess. I mean, I'm more familiar with his, with the stuff that is more like it looks like it's painted. Like I mean, like the artwork he did for. Did he not do Where the Wild Things Are for Mad Max? That's his artwork on that album cover. Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Once again, Mad Max. He was UPS.
Yep, exactly. Everyone's ties with Low Key. Low Key's been around forever, doing his independent thing, and so yeah, it's really fun to see that these guys are doing their thing. I don't know what else to say about it. It's
well, like Low Key gave Axe their first real push.
Okay.
Because
they were down. I mean, I knew they worked together. I don't necessarily know everyone's relationship with each other, but I know they were cool with each other or affiliated in some way. Yeah. Yeah. Good shit. So let's see. What are we gonna do next, Callie Green?
We could do. I mean, since we're talking about bombshells, you want to go into that bombshell, or do you want to do? You know what? Let's talk about the Elite Juggalo thing. Let's talk about that a little bit.
All right, we can do that because a little later I do have some mail to open. I've got some packages, but we'll save that for later. So you guys have something to look forward to. I've got some large packages back here. These are all packages that you see lined up on my table, and they're fucking huge. And one of them, I don't even know what's inside. So I'm super excited to check, to open my mail in front of you guys. I had to text my homie and say, yo, can I open this on the live stream? Is it like, yeah, because I don't know what's in there.
You send me a fucking sex doll? Like, what's in here?
Yeah. There's a sex doll folded up in that. Because that's what I get in the mail. Fucking folded up sex dolls, Callie Green.
Oh.
From my homies.
Yo, I had a fucking package come whenever I first moved to this area, and I guess there was a mix-up, and the box got like fucked up, and someone else's box also got fucked up.
Oh no!
And I ended up with a bunch of random ass fucking shit. I'm talking like the person's like stolen like fucking soaps and shit, from their hotel room, and I just ended up with a bunch of random ass shit. I don't even remember what my stuff was, but.
So you got someone else's mail? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like a whole fucking box, but like it was like, so the box clearly had like come apart and had been taped back together by them. So half of my shit was in there, and the other half was some random ass shit.
That's crazy.
With our postal system, also, you never know. But
right. Well, I'm actually glad that you said that because it's I think that ties in a little bit to. I think it ties in. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. There's so many things to talk about to try to like narrow it down and put it in a nutshell is almost impossible. But we will do our best to stay focused for y'all and try to keep this somewhat coherent. All right. At least that's what I'm going to try to do. Yo, Happy New Year, Brooklyn Menace. What's
whoop,
up?
whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
I didn't get to watch that latest UFCD.
The triple threat, the Dark Lotus triple threat.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Hey, just real quick, because I like to give credit where it's due. Shout out to Brooklyn Menace and everything that he's doing over there on Studio 17 with that series. Like, that specific series is so fucking dope.
Hey, I know that last week we live streamed for like 4.5 hours. So, you know, maybe some of you guys didn't make it that long, but at the end of that, like near like the last half hour, 45 minutes, I tried to show love to all the stuff on YouTube that I could think of. And I gave Studio 17 like hella props, you know, and the UFCDs and, you know, Brooklyn and Not Slim One and everyone that they got on that channel right there. They were doing the damn thing all fucking 2020, you know? So hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that shit was dope. Happy New Year, Brooklyn. Whoop.
Let's have a really great 2021, you know? And now that the millennium is old enough to drink, like, forget about it. Forget about it. It's party time. Now we just got to wait for the bars to open up.
You just got to say that as many times as you can, don't you? Don't remind me that. It makes me feel old as shit.
You know what? I don't give a. It's the first episode of the new year, so I'm hammering home the talking points. What do you want from me? It's not like I'm going to keep saying this all fucking year, unless you want me to, because that's what I can do. Is I can just troll y'all and fucking tell the same jokes every fucking week.
Yes. Oh man, the fucking Monster 5, bro. Let's get it.
Hey, Ultra Live.
Monster 5 next week.
You get just
next week. We're talking about that.
All right. If you say so. Whatever, bro. On the Cali Green Too Fresh show.
But no. So let's talk about what was it? This elitism, late orders.
All right. No, hold on. Let me say something first. Let me say something. All right. You made a video that was really good. Okay. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm like Kanye West. I'm gonna let you talk, but you made a video response, okay, to a video you watched, and I loved your video. I was actually nervous about you putting that video out because I thought you were going to start some shit. I thought you were going to say some stuff. I thought you were going to make enemies. I'm like, yo, and you completely schooled it. Like you really handled that video with some class. I'm being sincere, man. And I just thought that, you know, you handled it so well, better than I could have, because I feel like I actually get a little triggered sometimes, and I maybe have a harder time harnessing my temper when I get passionate about some things. So I felt very comfortable talking about this with you today because you're going to help balance me out. And so we're going to, you know, I'm going to follow your lead here. And I really don't even care to call anybody out specifically, but people say things and I hear things. And so when you start hearing the same thing over and over again, yeah, we're going to address this. We're going to address the elite juggalo accusation, or this thing where people feel like elitism is being promoted, or, you know, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to break it down.
There's no reason to shy away from the topic, and yeah, that was a tough one for me to handle too, like, and with me being how I am, and I was able to handle it. But it definitely is a tough one because we're talking about some shit that a lot of people have been saying has been going on, you know, for since before I was going like to concerts and down with the clown, you know, like
Oh, really? But you've been going to concerts and you've been down with the clown since the 90s.
yeah, man, like there's some shit going down that, you know, that was discussed in that video that is beyond old fucking news.
All
And
right. Well, I'm going to admit that I actually didn't watch the video that you watched, and I don't need to because I've heard it all a million times before. Like, I mean, the arguments. I mean, and so I felt like it was clickbait. And just like I said in a previous episode of the BeastMasteR show, a lot of people are putting stuff out there and they're trying to maybe get a rise. Maybe they're trying to, you know, get your eyeballs and your ear holes, you know, and they're trying to get your clicks and your views. So sometimes I'm a little skeptical if people actually even like, you know, if first of all, the idea of saying should ICP retire is so stupid, or should I say silly? It's silly to say that because it's like what? Because you're not getting your way, because you're not getting something fast enough. So what? It's like, all right, you know what? You should just stop doing your job because I don't like the way you're doing it. That's like completely like asinine. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, so you can speculate like, oh, are they going to ever do it? Like, it just sounds like frustration coming out. It sounds like misdirected hostility is what it sounds like to me.
I think that's a good way to put it. I think just, I mean, people are not happy with the way things are going with these packages not going out, with ICP quote unquote lying by not telling us up front what happened with Straight Jacket, by the fact that we're going to have Yum Yum's Lure. I was calling it Lore, but I guess it's Lure. Yum Yum's Lure by Christmas, which, if I remember correctly, they never said they were going to put it out for everyone. Wasn't that supposed to be like at first, like the people who paid for the Patreon, I thought were just getting a hard copy.
All right. Are you talking about Yum Yum's Lure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that was.
Let me tell you how I understood it because I think I'm right and I think that I understand it. Okay. Because I actually paid for the Patreons. Okay. So I actually took part in the ICP house party peep shows. And I also subscribed to the HelloFresh holidays. Okay. And so, you know, and look, I have not been covering these events because these are paid events that either you pay for it and you enjoy it, or you didn't and you're like maybe watching it for free on YouTube or whatever, but it's not for everyone. Like, not everybody signed up for this. So the people that signed up for it are owed like a bundle package. Like, they're going to get the first coin of the Ultra Live Monster 5. And that alone was like a selling point to me. You know what I mean? So
that was the selling point.
That was the selling point, because you need all 5 coins in order to, I guess, qualify for your elite Juggalo card. And I don't know if that's what they're calling it. I can't remember. But that's what it is. If you get one of those cards, you had to earn it. And you have to shell out for it, and it's almost it is like a scavenger hunt, because you have to get your ass to all these events in order to qualify to get those coins. So the first the first Patreon event that ICP did qualified you for the first coin, which was so fucking dope to me, because we literally didn't have to go anywhere, and I didn't feel safe going anywhere last year with COVID. So I was like, wow. I was for sure thinking that this was going to be just another thing that they promoted and then would never do. But instead, they're still doing it. But they got to take their time, and they got to push it down, kick the can down the road a little bit, and they got to adapt to this new fucking world that we're living in.
Right. Well, you see,
there's more. Hold on. There's more.
Okay.
I gotta just articulate this.
Blur. We still haven't gotten there.
No, we haven't gotten there yet. Because the coin was just one thing in that bundle. Okay. Another thing that we got was we had an opportunity to sit, and it's almost like a choose your own adventure where they gave us like multiple choice, and we got to hear beats, and we all voted for a beat, and then we got concepts, and we got rap styles, and we got, and we voted on every single thing. So we were actually like, our voices were heard. It was like American Idol, where we chose
that was, out of everything they have done, that was the dopest fucking thing that they have done. Because if you've like me growing up as a kid, those like choose your own adventure books, those are my favorite. The Goosebumps, like choose your, those are my go-tos. Because there's all, you never know the outcome, and if you get to the end, you know, you wind, we can't do that. Of course, we have one outcome, so it's just going to be dope to see how that comes out, because like literally they gave us like a list of beats. So it's like, all right, we got this Mike Clark beat, we got this you know, Devereaux beat, such and such, and they went down a list of beats, and then yeah, they're like, okay, well, what should this song be about? All right, so we got to sing it.
Tell you, man, I wasn't 100% like happy with all of the choices we made as a group. Like some of the things that we all voted on, I was like, why? We could have had this, but instead you meatballs want that. Oh, like
couldn't we have had what was it? D Lyrical on like a Mike Clark beat or something like.
But we didn't know that when we were voting. See, we didn't know. It would have been a surprise if we voted for it, and then we would have found out. The way they did it, it was like a secret that you know, it was going to be D-Lyrical. But yeah, the fact that he almost got his fucking dream, his wish, he almost got that ICP collab like through the will of the Juggalos, and you know he's going to get his wish anyways. I know that's going to happen.
I'm gonna go ahead and speculate. You know, maybe we'll get him on Yum Yum's Lure. Remember, he was at the House Party Peep Show, whenever they had him on, he was talking about, hey, let me get on that Yum Yum.
Well, I mean, you're speculating, but that's a stretch. I mean,
speculating, but
I personally don't think they had time to record music after that fucking game show. Like, I'm just saying, they had Juggalos in Violent J's house. Like, they got motherfuckers running all over the place.
D left with the Juggalos. Like, whenever all the other like performers and artists left, he stayed and fucking took the Juggalo shuttle.
Yeah, because D-Lyrical is the man, and he wanted to party with the Juggalos. That's right.
Love that dude.
Much love to Dale. Love that dude. So,
but anyways, so this event that they did though, like really put that into perspective. What they're doing, they gave us 3 songs.
We're not even done, man. It's the CDs that are going to be included in our bundle. So that's my whole point, is that the songs that we helped produce, they now needed to record. And this is all I'm going to say. I don't even want to like beat a dead horse, but I need to say it. People are mad because they're not getting things immediately, or they're not getting them when they were promoted to happen. And they're acting as if ICP didn't give a reason. So in other words, they don't like the reason, and they're ignoring the reason, and they're basically accusing them of lying about the reason. They're like, well, what, you having a hard time securing an engineer? Oh, you're having a hard time getting like the actual physicals made? Oh, the mail is all fucked up? Oh, COVID is a real thing? Oh, you mean the country's in disarray? Like,
let's also like put into perspective that Violent J and Shaggy don't know every aspect of the actual business side. Like, yeah, they have like a clue in, but they're basically like, they do their thing and then let others fucking help them do it, because they're a fucking well-oiled machine where they need others to help them put this shit out. They're not the ones ordering all the shit. They're not the ones like fucking, you know, price checking shit like products for, you know what I mean? Like someone else is doing that, most likely Jump Steady. So there's gonna be like miscommunication is basically what I'm getting at. So they
not only miscommunication, but also just and you know what, this is something that I actually put in the title of the video. Okay, and they talked about this. All right, it's called BOHICA. All right, you can see that right there next to MF Doom. And I put that in the title of this video for a reason, okay? And maybe this is kind of like blurring the lines of topics because BOHICA is an acronym. And if you watched ICP's House Party Peep Show, I actually might have the audio of Violent J explaining BOHICA, and I could actually play that for you right now, and that would be fun because let's see here, it's got to be. Is it this one?
What do we want to put on the cover? What are we going to put on the cover of this? That's the face.
Look at this.
I've only saw one fresher cover in my life, and that was on the Source magazine, fucking like in that late 90s, and it was a Trick Daddy from Miami, not Trick from Detroit, but Trick Daddy from Miami. It was just a close-up of his face going with just a gold grill, and I left it in a fucking airplane on the seat, in the back seat, so just whatever old lady would get in, we just see Trick just like, or Trick Daddy like, here's all like had the cocaine sweat. Trick Daddy. Yeah. He's so tough. Not no more. All right. So
that wasn't even the one, huh?
That was all the one, but still, that was fresh.
it's like that's the story.
All right, hey, Callie.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
hold on.
Yo, we got all.
I got
it. I mean, like the thing about all that, it's like that's the story of our fucking career. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we got all this grand shit about to happen. Something comes in, gives us the fucking megaphone. We have to regroup and then figure it out. And somehow it turns almost into a blessing every time because then we figure out a way to do it even bigger than we were going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's called, that's just the entertainment world, though, right?
It's called the rules and laws of BOHICA.
Yeah, in the entertainment world, you get your heart broke so many fucking times.
It's
like,
right,
you know, like so many countless times. And you got to fucking rise up and keep going.
BOHICA is what it's called. Bend over, here it comes again. When you keep getting the bone, like you keep getting screwed over by fate, it's called BOHICA, Juggalos. Rob, what does BOHICA stand for?
Bend over, here it comes again.
That's right. Bend over, here it comes again.
Right.
You're getting the BOHICA up the butt. And that's what happened to us. But we bounced back, just like somebody said. Who said that? A minute ago, you? Both of you guys? We came back stronger. We were fucking beat down and feeble. And then all of a sudden, right? No. Not right at all. Look at all that mascara. It's like fucking crazy about. This is mascara. It's not wrestling thing. I almost look like a band I know around the eyes here. All right.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That's fresh.
So hey, hearing that straight from the horse's mouth, BOHICA stands for bend over, here it comes again, and it's like a law. You know, there's a lot of laws in nature. You got Murphy's Law, you got the law of averages. Well, this is the law of BOHICA, which is like nothing ever goes as planned. You're getting like, basically this is like the worst analogy. You're getting fucked from behind. And yeah, so when you're trying to record tracks and you can't get whatever, an engineer in your house because of COVID, or so, and you can't get the song made in time. So then when you finally do ship it out to get all the actual physicals made, now you're relying on an outside company that's going to do work, and they are fucking backed up, and then the post office is backed up, and so it's like a domino effect, and you just keep getting the BOHICA over and over again. Now we on the other side of this are just sitting here going, well, but I'm going to get it in time for Christmas, right? And like, I don't know. I just feel like people need to have a little bit more patience and understanding during this pandemic than what they are actually giving ICP. I know ICP has a bad reputation, but for the love of God, this year this is happening to a lot of fucking people, not just ICP. I want to show you something, Callie Green. I want to show you something. This is something I saw just the other day. All right. I want you to read this if you can. Look at this.
All right. We know everyone was looking forward to the Double Dragon pre-orders going up today to kick off the new year. But due to circumstances beyond our control, the pre-orders have been pushed back until July 2nd, 2021. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you, and thank you for your understanding. We'll see you in July. Double Dragon.
All right. So all I'm saying is that Buckshot and Kung Fu Vampire are going through the same kind of troubles. And I am willing to bet that their fan base is being a little kinder to them than Juggalos are being to ICP, because most Juggalos are assholes. They just are.
You know, I started Hecka with Shade this year, and
last year, Callie, we're in 2021.
This past year, and you know, we had like a situation where we ordered some shirts and they took longer than expected to come in, and there was like one person that was just not having it, and I'm like being as nice as I can, and eventually we got everything worked out, you know, threw some free shit in there for them, whatever. But yeah, this year has not been easy on the post office. I had a package. All right, check it. I shipped out some, like, I sold like 20, 30 CDs, some shit, and I sent this package out to Maine. It got all the way to Maine, and I'm watching the tracking, and for some reason, it started coming back to me. Made it all the way to Los Angeles, which is like an hour and a half drive for me, and then got rerouted back to Maine. So it started going back, and then it got lost somewhere in Massachusetts. And this was September. The person never got their package. They fucking ended up filing a refund, got their money back, and I took like a $300-something bone.
Well, guess what, Callie? The natural solution to this problem is you should retire.
Right? Fuck, man.
I mean, early retirement is the penalty for getting the Bohica and passing that on to your fans. All right, we're ignoring the chat because we're passionate and we're talking. I'm just going to throw this up here that Spooky Tuesday says that the Juggalo produced songs will not come back, which is a huge disappointment to me. And me too, because that was so fucking dope. And maybe it was like not worth the trouble. Maybe the songs are...
Well, check it. What if there wasn't an outrage of Juggalos bitching and we all just sat back and waited and we're like patient about it, and we were cool with, you know, people were openly cool with them about it, like, yo, we get it, then maybe that shit would come back.
No,
you know,
maybe they're not doing it because they don't want to do the same shit over and over, because ICP likes to cover new ground all the time.
So I know you haven't seen all the I'm guessing you haven't watched the Pizza Party yet. They kind of cover.
Can we before you go off on mad tangents, let me just show you more stuff here. Spooky also says, if you remember, the original excuse reason given in early November was coins had to be remade because they weren't fresh enough. I do remember that. I didn't remember it, but now I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
So I get it. Like, we're all allowed to be prickly pears and be like, oh, damn it. You mean you guys fucking started from scratch and what do you want? You want a shitty coin, or do you want a fucking better product? I mean, those coins are only going to be valuable if you get all 5 of them anyways, and you're not going to get them all unless you play ball. And this is where we're going to get into the elite Juggalo thing, because some people, they get so butthurt when they see other people shining. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just saying, like this is like all these circumstances, like maybe they were avoidable, maybe they weren't. Maybe things were handled not as well as they could have, should have, or would have been. But I'm willing to bet that when we finally get our bundles, the songs are going to be fucking cool. The coins are going to be shiny. Yum Yum's, look, I still haven't gotten there yet, but Yum Yum's lure is the bundle prize for being a Patreon subscriber in December, and they're going to include it. They were going to put them together and give them to you all together. So if you subscribed in October, you're getting the coin and the CD and whatever. But if you are a subscriber in December, that's when you get Yum Yum's lure. And so I forget what their actual excuses were. But all I'm saying is that Juggalos just don't want to hear excuses. They basically have written off every single explanation that they've gotten, and they just want to whine and complain anyway. So, I mean, it says more about you than it does about them. They're the ones that have a product in demand, and you're the one having a temper tantrum. So I want to remind you that we are all adults here. I don't see any children in the chat. I'm saying these are grown men complaining about the price of merchandise and the release dates of products that no one is holding a gun to your head to purchase. Okay? These are grown men. We are all grown-ups here. That's my point. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, so that's a perfect segue for the Elite Juggalo thing, because in my video I touched on it a little bit, but you know, we can get a little deeper into that. So one of the arguments about Elite Juggalos was you know, creating like these events and things that cost a lot of money that only an exclusive amount of people are going to be able to go to, right? Let's be real here. There are concerts that cost nearly as much as like the Riddlebox show, the $250 Riddlebox show, right? And
I'm sorry, you're saying Riddlebox, but do you mean Carnival of Carnage?
Carnival of Carnage, Carnival of Carnage. Sorry.
That's your second whack point in one day.
Sorry. Here, let me get my mind right.
Yeah, get your mind right. No, I'm just kidding. You don't get a whack point for that, but it's just nice for me because I'm not usually the one who's fact checking. I usually get fact checked.
Well, hey, I had a long night. I stayed up all night and watched Cobra Kai. We're gonna get into that.
Oh, man, you're jumping ahead now. You're jumping ahead, Callie.
So, anyways, where the fuck was I? Elite Juggalos, right? So, this Carnival of Carnage show that happened, right? This is one of the big topics. They did it, this show, $250. There's like a certain number of heads that could get in, and it was a low count, and they're supposed to never do this show ever again, right? And then one of the perks was that out of this show, all the money that is earned from this show, they're going to be making this John Kick Jazz documentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen. And so people are pissed, saying, well, how are you going to charge people this much money for an event? And then whenever you're telling everyone out of this event, we're going to create this, and then you don't even create that product. Right? And then,
well, I mean, I hate to differ, but it's not like it didn't happen. It just didn't happen yet.
And here's the thing. And they've spoken on why it didn't happen the way it was supposed to. It originally was supposed to be just a documentary on John Kick Jazz, right? But he was only part of the fold for how long? Like up until Carnival of Carnage, the like actual creation of Psychopathic Records, he was out. And then what happened to him? He became a fucking junkie. So where do you see a full-fledged documentary here, right? Now I see your brother fucking just died, your best friend just died. You want to give him some props and show people that he wasn't just a piece of shit. But then you do your part, hand it over to the production guy, and they lay it out, and you see the finished product and sit back. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want to put something out that's just going to be stale. And I don't want to just watch a shitty documentary, like a sad ass documentary about John Kick Jazz. I want to watch something fresh, something that tells me all the good shit about him. I mean, yeah, there's documentaries.
I do want to see that sad documentary. I want to see everything. I want to see all of it.
Yeah, I want to see all of it, but you want to have some resolution. You know what I mean? Like for just, it's not ethical for them to put that out. Now, if it was,
I gotta stop you right there. I gotta stop you right there because for the sake of conversational podcasting, I'm going to argue with you a little bit here because I don't think people understand that we are all free thinking juggalos. Okay. And I kind of take I differ from the way you're thinking about this a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I do want to see that sad documentary. And so when they explained to us that when they saw it, they were like bummed out. They're like, oh, we don't want to put it out like this. They're going to put it out as part of a bigger documentary. Okay.
Right.
They also told us that the money ran out. So they raised money for this and then they ran out of money. The shit was more expensive. Now, you can look at this two ways, and I'm not trying to argue with you, Callie, but this is like an open conversation for people to hear because everyone's having this conversation. And I have one, like, I have one thing that I hate, and that is when people start finger pointing and name calling each other just because they have a different opinion. Okay. I'm not talking about you, Callie, but I'm saying that I understand that people are upset and that if somebody went to a show with an expectation of getting a return, you're going to be upset. Okay. And I understand that if you heard you're going to get a documentary and then you found out that, oh, they're not putting it out yet, you have the right to be upset. So I'm not taking that away from anybody. And I'm also saying that I actually want to see the thing that they don't want to show us yet. Like, I want to see it so bad. So I could potentially be upset. It's just that I kind of think about it realistically, and I'm like, is this worth me being upset about when I know I'm going to see it eventually? And here's the thing I don't like. I don't like when juggalos accuse other juggalos of being sheep and just grinning and taking it and letting them get away with like as if we're enabling them just because we refuse to protest or something, or because we don't want to get up online and fucking cuss about it. Like, just because we're keeping our cool or being patient doesn't make us a sheep. You know, that's what I fucking don't like. It's like, I actually agree with almost everything that people are complaining about. It's all valid, man. But at the end of the day, my loyalty to ICP, it goes as far as what I'm willing to fucking pay for the product I'm getting in return. I did not attend that Carnival of Carnage show. You know why? It was too expensive for my taste. Okay? So everybody who actually went to that show, you knew what you were going to see and you were all about it. You heard what your money was going towards and you were all about it. If you don't believe them on their reasons for things not working out, well, that's on you. I mean, I don't believe everything that comes out of their mouth either, because I literally listen to them and I'm like, yeah, right, bullshit. That ain't true. Like, it's not like I'm fucking, bah, tell me more facts, Jay. Like, I'm not a fucking sheep. It's just that I'm not gullible enough to actually believe everything they say, because for the past 15 fucking years, I've learned my lesson. I've been down around for 25 years, and people are acting like this is a new thing, or at least they come to the end of their rope, and I can't take it anymore. It is a waste of time to listen to them. If it is a waste of your time to listen to them, then don't fucking listen anymore. But don't attack other juggalos and say, hey, you better join our angry mob. And if you don't join our angry mob, well, then you ain't no ninja. Like, fuck out of here with that. How about I enjoy my life and I fucking do what I want and think what I want? And when I see people acting like whiny complainalos, I don't join that bandwagon because I don't want to. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and so check it. Just because someone is able to go to an event and you're not, doesn't make them better than you, right? Just because someone is able to go to this event, right, doesn't mean that you should get all upset because they're doing something fresh and you're not. That's whack.
You're talking about the elitism thing. And you know, that Carnival of Carnage show, even though I didn't want to pay for it, and I didn't want to travel, because that's a far distance. It's travel time. It's money for travel. It's a high ticket, cost, and you got to get a hotel. I mean, you know, drugs are expensive. There's a whole bunch of things that like was a reason for me not to go. So was I a little jealous? Maybe experiencing a little fear of missing out? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Something for you. I got something for you, right? You know, a couple years ago I went to Comic-Con, right?
Okay.
How expensive is Comic-Con, and how many people are actually able to get in there, right? So imagine you pay money to go do something, right? Like you pay money to go to the gathering, right? And there's like one artist you want to see, and they go live at 5 a.m. and you accidentally fall asleep, right? That shit fucking sucks. But that happens everywhere. So imagine paying all this fucking money, you go to Comic-Con, and the one thing you want to do is see Ghost Adventures. The cast of Ghost Adventures, you're there for 3 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
This happened to me.
I can tell. I can tell. So
I waited in line.
A short version of it, though.
I waited in line for over 2 hours. Over 2 hours, so I could get in the room to see Ghost Adventures, and line got cut off. There's too many fucking people. Sorry for you. Sorry if this was the only thing you wanted to do all fucking weekend, right? Elitism, it fucking exists. Those motherfuckers that got there 4 or 5 hours ahead of time, they're the ones that got in. Right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I put all that fucking money.
Right. I'm not exactly seeing the elitism for like being an early bird in line, and then so if you didn't get in to see something that you wanted to see, are you saying that you heard people like bitching at the people that got in and calling them elite? Like, what does that mean?
So what I'm saying is people are over here and they're pissed off, right? Because they did this event and we're supposed to get this super fresh piece out of this event. Well, it doesn't always fucking work out like that. You can pay all this fucking money and not get what you're looking for in return. And you take that gamble.
Callie, the people who went to the Carnival of Carnage show, did they not see the show?
Exactly. They did.
Okay. So you're saying that buyer's remorse is a real thing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There you go.
It's called buyer's remorse. That's all that is. That's a different thing than elitism. But I think we're actually confusing subjects here. What I interpret elitism is like the Ultra Live Monster 5, because to get the coins, to go to shows, and then to get a card, get you in the front of the line, get you discount on merch, get you free access to things, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like the juggalos that actually do all that and get that benefit, are they going to be elite? What I want to say is this. There are already juggalos that go to every show. There are already juggalos that buy merch at every event and attend every landmark event every year. So there are also juggalos that don't go to gatherings. So they kind of sit at home and they don't participate. And I know, like a couple of weeks ago, I was ranting and I said there are juggalos who gather and there are juggalos who don't matter. And that was a fucking joke, guys. Like, I actually feel that some of y'all are a little sensitive, and some of y'all actually think that I believe if you don't gather, you don't matter. I don't think that at all, actually, because I actually follow that up with there are those who haven't gathered yet. And I truly feel like if you're a juggalo, you got to gather at least once in your life to experience the freshness. If you did experience the freshness, because I know watching it on YouTube does not do it justice. It's like when you try to take a picture of the full moon and then you look at the picture and it looks like a fucking freckle, but the actual eyeballs on the sky, it looks so amazing. The gathering is amazing when you're there, and it has very little to do with the cost and the shitty underground stages, in the performances that do or don't happen. It has everything to do with the camaraderie and the actual the vibes that happen, and And there are also amazing performances mixed in with the shitty ones. So it's it's not all roses and peaches or whatever that expression is. Sometimes you can have a bad time at I've seen ninjas experience bad gatherings. Like they get robbed, or they get dehydrated, or they can't get laid, or they fucking lose their shoes, or their car breaks down. I mean, juggalos have bad luck, and even though like they're at the Shangri-La on Earth and they're having the time of their lives, there are other juggalos out there that are like breaking up with their girlfriends and fucking losing their favorite earring or hatchet man in the fucking pit, and getting bummed out because they spent all this money on ecstasy and it was bunk or something. Like, I mean, whatever. My point is that if the juggalos who are going to shows have an opportunity to get a little kickback on something they're already doing, like get a little discount on merch they were already going to buy, because that's what this is for. The Ultra Live Monster 5 is not for everybody. It was advertised to everybody, but it's not for everybody. It's not for the person who doesn't go to out-of-state shows. It's just not for you. It's not for the person who doesn't gather or go to Hallowicked or Big Ballers or any of these other things that the actual elite juggalo card is going to benefit you for. In other words, in order to get your card, you have to shell out for plane tickets and hotels and concerts 5 or 4 more times. And then in order to fucking make that all worthwhile, you have to still keep going to shows and spending money to fucking get a discount. So if anyone's actually complaining that some juggalos are going to be elite, you got to ask yourself, were you even willing to do what they did to get what they're getting? Because then what are you complaining about?
And that, I think that's part of the argument too, though, is that these people aren't willing to do that. And that's why they're pissed, because they don't want to, shell out all this money to go to a one-time show. They're like, well, fuck that. I want an entire fucking Carnival of Carnage tour. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or whatever the situation.
Wanted that. I think that would have been much better for everybody. But
here's another thing. Here's another thing, right? Who's to say they're not going to do that? Because didn't they say, oh, we're only going to do this we're going to perform this one time in its entirety, right? And then somewhere along the line, they've done a whole tour. I can't remember, was it Great Malenko or Riddlebox? One of those.
Well, this is something that happens often. They say one thing and then they do another. And I think that's what part of the issue is here, is that there are a number of juggalos that are paying so close attention that they're keeping tally of all the broken promises. They're mad about it. All I'm saying is that you should know better not to get your hopes up, and you should be smarter than to be gullible enough to believe everything. So in other words, if it's a waste of your time to listen to their empty promises, then stop fucking listening. Like, I just don't like the accusations of calling people sheep just because they're willing or at least they're capable of not giving a fuck. And I'm not trying to say that you're not a juggalo if you give a fuck, but there are juggalos out there that really don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, you fucking charged us a lot for a one-time event show and you're going to do a documentary? Well, I saw the show. The documentary didn't come out the way you wanted and you ran out of money, but you're shopping a fucking whole docu-series to Netflix, and we are going to see that shit one day, and it's going to be fresh. So be it. Ba, black sheep. You know, like, if that's what makes you a sheep, if that's all it takes, just having patience and understanding and empathy, and it doesn't mean you have to like it. Like, I'm not happy that I didn't get my fucking CD or my Yum Yum Lure or my coin yet, but you know what? ICP has never fucking stiffed me. Okay, I've gotten shit late before, but they have never fucking stiffed me. I've always gotten what I paid for when I bought something from them. And I'm just saying, the day that they fucking stiff me is the day that I'll fucking sing a different tune. But it has not happened yet. Okay? Not for me.
There. It was Malenko and Friends Tour, the 20-year anniversary Malenko Tour, and the Great Malenko Tour. Thank you for that. Yeah, that was supposed to be a.
I'm sorry. Who are you reading? I'll put it on the screen.
It was the last comment from Il Al. Yeah, that was supposed to be a one-time thing, and look what it spawned into.
Oh, I'm glad that happened, though. I mean, wouldn't that have sucked if it was just a one-time thing?
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, if they actually do a Carnival of Carnage tour, there will be complainalos because you said you were only going to do it once. But
we're not sorry if we tricked you.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's the gimmick. The gimmick, right? Is that they have like a shoot interview wrestling style of giving us information, but Jay's already confessed that he gets excited and he just wants to share what they got planned. But remember, it's just plans. There's an expression that if you tell God your plans, he's just going to laugh at you. Like, and that's what the law of Bohica is that they had this whole big plan laid out, but shit don't go as planned. And so it's disrespectful to us to have shit not work out the way you wanted. It just does. It's not fair. It's not fair.
All right, so I got it for you, TJ, and I'm gonna help wrap this up and segue this. So, what makes the people who all right? Check it. There's different types of elite juggalos that already exist. There's the elite few who've been to every gathering, right? There's the elite few who have been to every juggalo weekend. There's the ones who have been to all the Hallowickeds, and then there's those very few who have been to all of them. So the elitism thing, if you want to see it like that, then see it like that. Well, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying is that I don't like that. I don't like that stigma that people are giving other juggalos. For example, we all know Vinny the ICP kid has a crazy fucking ICP collection, right? Now, we also know that you don't need to buy merchandise to be a juggalo. But just because he chooses to collect things and he has a whole like walk-in closet called a garden that he fucking keeps all his treasure, it's like there are juggalos out there that collect bootleg videos of all the shows, right? You got like Drunken Ninja Master 420 and his epic DVD collection of live performances that he shares on YouTube. But I'm just saying there's different kinds of juggalos that have a lot of clout, if you will, or karma, if you will, whatever it is you want to call it. Like, don't be fucking jealous of things that you don't have. It's simple as that. And I swear, I'm not calling any one person out. It's just I hear this shit all the time. I hear it all the time. It's like gatherings, people go to gatherings and they have the time of their life, and then it is so hard to miss a gathering once you've gone, because you know what you're missing now. And once you know what you're missing, yeah, it fucks with your emotions a little bit. Like I know everyone's different, right? In the new age, we are seeing gatherings like live streams, and we're seeing videos on YouTube. People upload the shit, but it didn't used to be like that. And if you missed a gathering, you actually were like out of the loop. You didn't know what was happening if you weren't there.
Yeah.
And, like, look at this right here. This T-shirt, I wore this T-shirt on purpose because this was my first gathering right here. And this T-shirt's almost 20 years old. This is the 2001 gathering of the Juggalos, my first gathering. And it's like, am I an elite Juggalo because I fucking went to Toledo, Ohio from Massachusetts and attended this gathering and I saw the fucking premiere performance of Dark Lotus, like the very first fucking time they performed live? Am I elite because I did that? Hell yeah, I am. And everybody can suck my dick if you're jealous of me for it, because there's plenty of things that I haven't done and I'm jealous of other people. But I got to put myself in check and realize that, I'm living my life here, and everyone's allowed to be a complete fanatic if they want. Like, people are allowed to be fanatical. And so I'm reading some of these things in the chat, and people are mad about so many things. And you know what? You're allowed to be mad about whatever you're mad about. Just don't call people a sheep just because they're not joining the fucking angry mob. That shit's ignorant. You know, we're all allowed to be individuals. And some people are actually like, they've been down so long that they actually have rubbed elbows with some of these guys. They're actually like personal friends with Jump Steady. So they don't want to go online and be like fucking bitches about it when they actually have a personal friendship with the artists. You know, Shaggy chops it up with Juggalos. Look, they've won over a lot of Juggalos for life. People have credited ICP for saving their life, for inspiring them not to kill themselves, to give them hope and inspiration to better themselves. They've given them a family, a unity, something to look forward to. They give uplifting music to us that we don't even have to buy to qualify to be a Juggalo. So,
Right.
so it's like, it's really insulting to be fucking turning your fucking anger at other Juggalos or your, it's like, I get it. People want to vent in front and they're frustrated, but you know what? Get over it.
That's okay. Go on Facebook or fucking wherever. Fucking make your tweet or whatever. You know what I mean? But then don't get in there and be like, oh, well, you got your shit and I did it. Fuck you.
Well,
you know?
Look, I want my shit. I want a Fago. I want a fat bitch named Bridget. All right. I want a rusty axe. And I ain't gonna fucking stop having a temper tantrum until I get it.
So one of the things you're saying, you know, things don't always work out, right? Looney Goons. That was a project they jumped the gun on.
Really excited about Looney Goons. The way that they described what they were going to do, I was so stoked about it. And,
Right.
And you know what? I'm disappointed that it didn't happen, but I'm not mad.
Right.
So, does that make me a sheep? I'm not mad.
But this has been going on once again for as long as I can fucking remember. I mean, look, DJ Clay's 17 mixtape. Remember, he jumped the gun like, oh, I'm dropping a 17 mixtape in 2017. What happened to that? You know, ABK Shapeshifter. Fucking.
Oh God, don't go there. Oh my God, Shapeshifter, the notorious fucking Shapeshifter that we'll never hear.
According to plan, apparently.
You know what? Maybe now that ABK has fucking joined the East Side fucking Ninjas, maybe we will fucking hear Shapeshifter one day because he's over on that camp. All right, no, we're jumping ahead again.
This was how I wanted to segue this. So
you did that on purpose, then.
I did it on purpose. I am keeping mindful of the time too, and like all of our subjects.
Oh,
so
good. All right, well, look, it's almost 5. That's good. That's good. Thank you, Callie. I appreciate your due diligence here on the stream.
So the subject of ABK, right? So East Side Ninjas, the new group, which is Twisted, Blaze, ABK on Magic Ninja, right? What's going on with ABK? Is he on MNE? Is he still cool with Psychopathic? All right, check it. Let's rewind the clock way the fuck back to ABK's last fucking album that he actually put out on Psychopathic Records. The actual last full-length album he did. When the fuck did this come out? Do you know?
Man, this is such an old argument.
2010. 11 years ago was the last time ABK officially released an album on Psychopathic. Yeah, he did put out the Perfection Collection in 2014. This was the last thing that he did for an album on Psychopathic, right?
Well, a lot of times people will put out a greatest hits album to fucking fulfill their contractual duties on the label, and it just gets them out the door, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we're supposed to get Shapeshifter. Fucking production went, you know, because Young Wicked produced it, right? He had consistent issues. Young Wicked produced it. He's gonna put it out. He can't put it out. 2017 fucking was the last time we saw ABK do anything with Psychopathic Records aside from The Gathering. He does still go to The Gathering, but other than that, he doesn't do shows with them anymore. He is in no more of their ciphers. He's not doing anything virtually with them. But the one thing he did do last year, or 2019 now, He was been doing a good job of staying in the gray area. He has done have-nots.
Okay.
He is doing drive-by with Blaze, so he's stayed in that gray area. He was doing shows with M&E, but still doing gathering performances, right? 2019, we're supposed to get 3 full-length albums from ABK, and he said that one of them would hopefully be coming out on Psychopathic, that he was going to complete these 3 albums, let them pick one. That was what he said he was going to do. Of the 3 albums, Shapeshifter, Always Bringing Knowledge, and the notorious Tampon Juice.
Yeah, that's a good album, man. I like that album.
Dope fucking album, right?
That's a party album. Nothing but bangers on that.
Dope fucking album, honestly. In addition to that, in 2019, all month long, ABK was releasing what he was calling these free verse, free lunch freestyles.
Oh yeah, the free lunch freestyles. I remember that.
And then at the end of the year, he put them all into a CD, the full reservation. So he's been out here grinding, you know. He did this Valentine's Day fucking CD. He's constantly fucking working, but he hasn't done anything for Psychopathic Records. Last year, in February, I actually ordered these CDs, the very beginning of February. I didn't get them until, I want to say October, because COVID shut him the fuck down.
Right.
He shut down his web store, didn't respond to anyone's fucking emails, yada, 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 right? He comes back, okay, I'm fixing everyone's shit, and then all y'all who have been waiting are gonna get, boom, Sawed Off, the Lone Rider. Some shit that he's been having sitting in the vault, right? And let's be honest, at this point, everyone has done a Rida's album, right? Like, you had fucking, you have the Psychopathic Ridas, then you have Twin Gats, who's done his own shit, and we know what Twisted and Blaze and everyone over at M&E did with Ridas.
Yeah, they put out their Riders album, just lost the Psychopathic part.
So ABK put out his. What does this look like to you? You know, what is this paying homage to? Do you know?
I don't. He's pouring a 40 out, so it's probably like Eazy-E or something.
Yep, he's paying homage to Eazy-E. Whenever Eazy-E was on the, you know, fuck Dre shit, right?
Okay.
The Lone, you see, Ridas X'd out. The Lone Rider. So we get this. We get this album. This came out around October. And remember also Netfest on your couch.
Yep.
It was announced that ABK was supposed to be part of that. He technically was, because he was in the Wasted Part 4 video that they dropped. So, point being, he's been working with M&E all fucking year. He did this fucking Wasted Part 4, right? He's doing his own shit. Comes back, he's in this new group with Twisted and Blaze, and then he's also going to be performing at Twisted's February, I forgot, February Fridays, whatever the fuck they called it, which is
that I can show you the fucking the graphic for.
Boom, for the Fam Fridays. There you go. He's going to be performing this, right? Keep in mind, ICP is also doing their thing in February.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, what the fuck do y'all out there in the comments think's going on with ABK? Because I feel like there's a pretty fucking well-painted picture here of what's going on. He was trying to stay in that gray area, but over time, you see who he's really fucking with and been fucking with, you know?
The question is, are you mad about it? That's the question, because it's obvious what's happening. The question is, are you mad about it? And, you know, I don't have it in me to be mad about it, because I know that their relationship goes way back, and especially with Blaze and ABK and Twisted. And it's like, how are you going to be mad when these guys have been down since they were kids and they're still making, like, this is the dream, you know. And I'll tell you this: everyone who left Psychopathic that's working with M&E, I mean, what else are they gonna do? Like, if they didn't have Magic Ninja, what else are they gonna do? You know?
So what happened to artists before, whenever they would leave Psychopathic, whenever they didn't have an M&E to go to? Remember whenever like A&B left?
Well, I went to an A&B show in Connecticut when he was off the label, off Psychopathic. Right? This was
oh fuck, what was that called? Set It Off tour.
Fuck if I know, man. But look,
I know you don't. I do.
Look, man, I have a point, and the point is that it was a very light crowd. Like, ABK doesn't draw as many people as ICP does. I'm just saying. Like, and he didn't have the support of Psychopathic. Nobody Psychopathic was on the bill. It was an ABK show, and there were local openers, and it was like probably the smallest, most pathetic crowd I've ever seen in my life. I still had fun though. And that's the thing, is like, it's the underground. And I've been to a lot of shows that have been very poorly attended and still had a fucking ball because of the camaraderie with the friends and the ninjas that are actually there. And it's actually kind of a nice change of pace to have breathing room and elbow room. And you know, it's kind of fun to go to a show that isn't fucking sardines, you know? So I'm not slighting him for this. I'm just saying that when he was independent on his own, he wasn't, maybe he was keeping more of the money but at the same time, maybe that was better for him to be independent and not on Psychopathic, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, am I mad? No, I'm actually excited to hear East Side Ninjas. I like hearing all of them together. I love hearing Blaze and ABK together. And like you're saying, like, the connections there go way the fuck back. I mean, we were hearing Drive By being shouted out way before we even knew what the fuck Drive By was.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I like those days when like Blaze was like an opener for ICP or Twisted, and ABK was straight up paying his dues as Blaze's hype man, and he had a few songs he would do live before Blaze would go live, and then they would do songs together, and some of those songs ended up being on Hatchet Warrior. And so that's why that album was so special. And I was so down with I'm still down with ABK, but I'm saying I was so down with ABK because I watched him fucking hustle and grind. And I really dug the songs that I heard him doing live for a couple of years. And then they finally were on Wax. And I'm like, holy shit, like, I already know the words to these songs. And I just hear the CD right now. Like, that was fucking cool.
I know, man, those early days. But anyways, I mean, yeah, and ABK has been on his own, doing his own label on the side, which isn't an M&E, you know. So him
Native World.
Yeah, Native World. Him doing that isn't as big as M&E. He never was as big as Twisted. It is what it is. But he kind of, do you think he needs that in his corner in order to sell the type of volume he wants to sell? Do you think he needs either a Twisted or an ICP backing him? Or you think it's more of just, we're homies, we're gonna fucking ride it out together?
Well, I mean, look, yeah, I don't know if you're being hypothetical, if you want an answer from me. I'll tell you what I think. I think that ICP told us a long time ago that they're focusing on them. Mm-hmm. And they've made it very clear that the way that they've been mentoring and helping their artists is by really focusing on their debut album on the label and having a hand on that project. But then they cut the training wheels off, and you see this with every single artist that has been around for like longer than Light, you know, like, so Twisted's first album on the Hatchet was Most Tasteless, and that's got that Psychopathic Mikey Clark fucking vibe. But then their next album, you know, I remember the way they stressed it. They were like, Twisted did this all by themselves, like all on their own without our help, you know. And Freak Show was great.
Yeah.
Did it on their own, right? And then they went and did Mirror Mirror, and then they did Green Book and everything. It's like, yes, Twisted, they don't need fucking ICP's help, okay? With ABK, same thing. Hatchet Warrior is just fucking laced with psychopathic, and it's dope because of it, right? Same thing with Blaze. Well, not with his EP. His EP was almost like shit he showed up at the table with all his gangster shit. But when he put out One Less G in the Hood, I remember that they gave us this warning. They're like, warning, Juggalos, some of these songs are a little different. You know, like it was different than Blaze's first EP. And it was very psychopathic. All right. This keeps happening, you know, with every artist. They get the special treatment in the beginning, and then it's almost like you're taught the tools, and then and then they pat you on the butt, and you see if you can actually foster that fan base that they kind of like put in your lap,
Right.
the hatchet man on your shit.
I think it's cool that ABK has been doing things the way he's been doing them. Would I like to see him appear on something that ICP is doing? Fuck yeah. Of course, like it'd be dope for him to be on this fucking For the Fam Fridays, but then also be over here doing something with Psychopathic Records. Do I see that happening? Probably not. But me personally, I got love for ABK. Like I said, it took a long ass time for me to get my most recent order from him, but situation was rectified, and I've got love for ABK to this day. I always will. But
you said something earlier, but we really haven't actually said anything yet about this. So I'm just going to show the image. Like, and Eastside Ninjas was just debuted on New Year's Eve. Like when we were live on Carnival Spirits, Scotty Balls made me play the video, the lyrics video, and we watched that shit. I was drunk as fuck. I don't even remember it, but and of course it's ABK, Twisted, and Blaze Your Dead Homie. They're calling themselves the Eastside Ninjas. It's a brand new single, and I mean it's another group. It's just another go by that they're another handle. It's another vehicle for them to collaborate. And I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but is it that triggering? Is it that surprising? Is it that awkward? Like these guys like working together. That's just it. They're friends, and they didn't have a falling out ever. Just because ABK didn't have a falling out, like that's what I love about ABK. He didn't turn into a fucking hater just because his friends were hating on his other friends. You feel me?
So the context of this song, you could see it as like an open-ended diss track. That's how I'll call it, because it's definitely like one of those tracks like that's like, self-boasting, and like you hear like ABK in there say shots fired, shots fired, shots fired, but there's really no actual context as to who the shots are fired at. You know what I mean?
I think it's like, just when you say the word shots fired, like, it's just a fucking, that's a hot button word that makes you go there in your mind. And if it has Monoxide on the track, then it's definitely a diss track, because that's all he spits is subliminal disses. Like,
yeah. You could see it as Twisted purposely doing this to say, hey, look at us, we got ABK over here. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
Are they doing that? Yeah, they're doing that a little bit. They are fucking doing that a little bit. Are you triggered by it though?
I'm over it. Like, I'm over the trigger factor of it.
Exactly.
I don't care at all. In fact, I encourage it, because like, really, what else is ABK gonna do? Like, working with them is the best career move he could make, because fans like seeing them work together. And you're not going to see Twisted and ICP work together ever again. That's a bummer. That's not a good thing, guys. That's a bummer. But these guys have fucking egos. These guys have huge egos, okay? I'm not like trying to justify it. I'm just saying facts, man. These guys fucking hate each other. That doesn't mean that the fans have to hate each other, okay? That
But
I don't know. I really don't have any like I don't have any negative feelings towards Twisted fans because I am a Twisted fan. I'm a fan of their fucking music. And you know what else I'm a fan of? ICP's music. But a lot of things about the way these guys act, behave, operate business-wise, like it doesn't always impress me. And a lot of it is just kind of like it makes you roll your eyes. But I reserve the right to bite my lip and just let it pass. And I don't mean give them a pass. I mean let the fucking the sand fall through the hourglass and continue to live my life without wearing my emotions on my sleeve and being that super triggered fan that just needs to always fucking throw it in everybody's face. How, hey, remember when Jay said this and it didn't happen? Hey, remember when they made us wait 2 hours for this show? Hey, remember? Like, yeah, we get it. It's called BOHICA. And it's going to happen again. That's why I put it in the title of this video. It's BOHICA 2021. Get ready for more fuck shit, guys. This is the Juggalo world. All right? I'm just saying.
On the flip side, I'm going to say, like me personally, I'm more excited about those fucking ICP live streams and what Twisted has going on with their For the Fam Fridays, and it's no hate on what they're doing. I just think that the content that ICP is providing is better. That's my fucking opinion. That's my take. I like having these events where, the wrestling in Jay's house, like, come on now, that's fucking ridiculously fresh.
Right?
I don't even know if you've seen that, but I'm just saying, like, the concept itself is ridiculous.
Well,
Like,
I don't know if our viewers have seen that because you have to be a Patreon subscriber to see that, and that's why I have not been really covering much of that in my show, because I don't presume that everybody who watches Carnival Spirits is also shelling out for these Patreon live streams, and even the people that are, I haven't been able to watch every one of them, so I'm behind. But as a Patreon subscriber, I get to go back and watch them whenever I want, so I'm not worried about it.
yeah, like, in a perfect world, I'd have enough money where I could pay for both. But this isn't the perfect world. I can't pay for both. And, here's another thing. If ICP doesn't do, like, the gift bags, I personally might not join in on the Patreon because, like you're saying, this shit is out there. And even Jay will tell you, like, don't buy our shit. Go fucking, peep it however the fuck you will. Just be down.
No
That's
doubt.
all. No.
I might have like driven a few viewers away because I refuse to cave and change my mind about things. Like I never actually assume that I'm ever changing anyone else's mind either. This is just a passionate, open forum about where we differ when it comes to the respect that is demanded and the loyalty that supersedes the quality or it's just I get it. Like they fuck up all the time. That's the bottom line, is that they fuck up all the time. And I've got two last points to say before we can move on. And I don't know if you have any more points, but I got two of them. All right. One is that ICP, just in general, I don't think, like, you could look at it different ways. You could look at it the opposite way. But, like, one could argue that ICP was never supposed to be this popular and famous, and they were never supposed to acquire this much money and this much love and success, because they're really just a couple of scrubs from a broken home in a dilapidated neighborhood. And so it's like they have found themselves in a position where they have thousands of adoring fans, people that hinge on every word they say, people that literally coat their arms with tattoos of they literally fucking rep them on their fucking body. They wear shirts, they charms, everything. So it's like, just imagine being loved that much, okay? But then also remember that, you know, they had zero fucking guidance. They did it on their own. They did it their own way, and they kind of like answer to no one. They never have. So to me, it doesn't really seem that surprising that now in their later years, like maybe they weren't prepared for. I mean, I don't think anyone is ever prepared for the future fully, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, they didn't know that Twisted was going to leave. They didn't know, they didn't know that Juggalos were going to get labeled a gang. Like, they didn't know that COVID was going to happen. They didn't know that Kevin Gill was going to have a conniption fit. Or they didn't know that fucking, this person or that person were going to be a no-show at the, like Mikey Clark. Remember they were talking about Mikey Clark being a no-show at the gathering, but they always got love for him, like no matter what. What does that make them, sheep? Because they got love for Mikey Clark even though he keeps letting them down? Like, that's what boils down to. If I'm triggered, the only reason I'm triggered is because this is like my shit. And I don't like the way people treat each other, okay? I don't like seeing people getting mad at each other just because they won't fucking parrot their sentiments. I don't like living in an echo chamber where everybody thinks and does the same thing and there's no individualism. So I'm going to let you guys be mad, and you guys let me be a sheep, a black sheep, because I feel like a black sheep here, I don't ever fit in anywhere I go, because everywhere I go, I see people and they care about jewelry and they care about money and they care about, some people really care about how they are perceived. People do makeup and they want to look like their favorite rapper with fucking spider leg dreads. Like, people really care about a lot of things. And sometimes I just don't fucking care. So don't call me a sheep if I don't care if my favorite rappers are fucking up left and right. So what if I have empathy? So what if I'm not, like, I'm triggered, but I'm not triggered? You feel me? Like, like, if anything, this is just who I am and how I am. Like, you should see me talking with my parents. You want to see me triggered. You should watch me fight with my mom and dad sometimes. You want to see triggered, right? But when it comes to ICP, that's not why I'm into ICP, to have a bad time. So if they disappoint me, I'll be disappointed. But I don't like fucking, joining that bandwagon of you guys should retire. Like, you're off with your head. We're done with you. Like, no, I'm not done. I'm going to enjoy the music, because that's what I signed up for, is the fucking entertainment part. And if you want to say that they're being disrespectful to us, well, I mean, I feel like you're still going to fucking listen to the music. You feel disrespected, but you're still going to fucking go to the shows. So I say, if you guys want to complain, go ahead and complain. I reserve the right not to, unless I do. And I honestly plan on complaining when I feel like it on this show. Like, I'm not special. You know what I mean? Like, I actually do get triggered. There's going to be a segment on this show. Anytime I feel triggered about something and I want to bring it up, the name of the segment is called Triggered by Nature. All right? It's going to have a fucking graphic. I'll throw the graphic up on the screen. And when you see Triggered by Nature on the screen, BeastMaster's about to fucking rant about something. Because I'm allowed to be triggered too. But I just don't like the way people treat each other. That's the only thing I don't like. And if Juggalos don't like the way ICP is treating them, I don't know. I feel like people expect a little bit much from them. Like, they really want Jay to be on his game. Everyone wants the best and the most from all their favorites. Like, I want my favorite actors not to make shitty movies. Like, right. I want my favorite authors not to write shitty books. I want my concerts to fucking take place and not, I don't know. I mean, it's like, so if I haven't been to a fucking Hallowicked where they take forever to hit the stage, how am I going to be upset about that when I'm not even there? So I understand things happen, but you have to be a super fan to even be involved enough to let this shit bother you. It's like, in other words, and I've said this many times in the past, juggalos get spoiled because we have gotten so much freshness that when things start to go downhill, it's like now we're pining for the fucking glory days, with the salad days, as you will, the good old days, the days when things were better. That's always how it is. It's like shit just ain't the same as it used to be. There was more camaraderie. There was less fucking well, I don't know. There was a lot of arguing. There was a whole like time when juggalos were fighting with each other because there was like a new wave of ninjas. Remember the whole no new ninja movement?
I do remember.
Shout out Psycho Jesus. Like, you know, I'm just saying, like, it definitely was annoying the way that some new juggalos were acting. But I actually reserve the right not to fucking be a complete fucking like cryolo because everyone else is fucking having fun and being crazy and doing, like, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm impressed, but I've always felt that way because when I go to a show, you know, I see motherfuckers being out of line all the time. Juggalos are mad ignorant sometimes, and they can be disrespectful, and they can get fucking like really crunk and just kind of like not really read the room. And a lot of juggalos like are there for the escapism anyways. And I tell you this, most of the time when people are fucking losing their attitude, I would say that there's actually more going on behind the scenes. Like there's other reasons why they're fucking upset, but they're taking it out on this. And that's mad presumptuous of me, but that's human nature. That's my case. Anytime I am being a dick to someone, 9 times out of 10, it's because I got some fucking shit I'm dealing with and I'm taking it out on you, and it's not cool. You know, it's called misdirected hostility. And there are mad hostile juggalos out there. You just need to take a chill pill. Like I need to take a chill pill about the whole situation. But that's why we're here. I came on this show to have this conversation with Callie Green, and honestly, like I'm glad we did because now it's off my chest.
So check. You still got that Comments of Carnage? You want to roll that out?
I mean, we could. You got to remind me. Like, if you could tell me what the fucking video, I can find the video, but can you just tell me what it was?
It was in a video. It was that Facebook post.
Okay. Yeah, because I had to reboot my computer, so I need to find the post again. Give me a minute. I'll find it.
Good. You good?
Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, we're also going to be doing Comments of Carnage on the BeastMaster show. Callie said it.
If you guys don't remember Comments of Carnage, basically we'll pull up either a video or something on social media, maybe, you know, a Fago Lovers post, and something that just has like some ridiculous ass comments that deserve to be read.
Well, if anything, it's like it's us looking at public posts and getting a kick out of other people being triggered or trolling, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're doing here. And this is something that we did, you know, way back, way the fuck back. This year, be expecting us to pull some throwbacks out.
God damn it. Callie, I'm like having a hard time finding, like talking and finding. So you got to give me a second here. But you sent it to me or did I send it to you? I can't even.
Send it to you.
We text each other so much that I end up scrolling for fucking 20 minutes before I find anything. See, I'm triggered by nature. It's just in my nature. That's the reason for the title, Triggered by Nature, because I can't help it. All right, I think I found it.
All right, cool.
No,
pull it up.
That's just a fucking a screenshot of something. I'm looking for an actual Facebook link. You gotta send me the shit again.
Fuck, where'd it go? Hold on. I'm finding it.
You're gonna
What?
trigger. You're gonna trigger the fucking audience, man. We're
Why
we're making empty promises. We said we were gonna do a segment. If they don't get it right now, we're canceled.
Fuck.
We have to retire. I'm sorry.
Fuck. Hold on, I got it here
I'm sure you do.
somewhere. We've texted a lot more this morning than I thought.
I know, right?
Holy shit. Dead air.
That's all right. I need to breathe a little.
No, this has been a good conversation so far.
Let me breathe. Well, I was glad to have you a part of the conversation because you got a real level head about you. But you know, I feel like everyone out there needs to put things in perspective, and I just want to remind y'all that just because I'm not complaining about things all the time doesn't mean I disagree with you. Doesn't mean I'm not also disappointed or anxious or eager. You know, I have all those same emotions. But I also I'm realistic, and I can kind of tell when ICP is like overhyping something, you know. So I take it with a grain of salt. That's the point. Is that if you don't take things with a grain of salt, and you always hinge on every word coming out of their mouth, and then you try to hold their feet to the fire on every fucking thing they've ever said, you are always going to be disappointed. And I think that's the point. Is that these people. These juggalos that are just they've had it is because y'all are really fucking holding their feet to the fire, and maybe you should. I mean, I guess that's fine, you know. Again, you're allowed. Just don't call people sheep just because they choose to take the high road and fucking. And maybe they go and they fucking listen to some other music, and maybe they go to some other shows, and maybe they support some other fucking bands while Psychopathic is getting their shit fucking straightened out. You know, there's other stuff to do. Watch a Star Wars movie.
Or you can dive into these comments of carnage right here that I just sent you, TJ.
Okay.
Panic out there, I see you. What up, Panic? He said, today, Junior.
All right, man. I'm a little nervous about this because I have not vetted this segment at all. I'm going on Callie Green's recommendation that this is going to be fun for y'all. So if this sucks, we're blaming Callie Green, okay? And I don't know what we're in store for. I just don't. But here's the screen, and I'm going to be reading this now for the first time. I don't know what I'm about to see. All right. It is a public post, thank God, because I have a public post policy where I'm not going to fucking expose anyone for something they've shared privately for their friend list. But this has got that fucking globe on it. It's a public post. That means everybody can see this. All right. I'm going to read it. It says, calling all juggalos. My homegirl got thrown out of a moving car. Has 16 stitches and black eyes. Dude, she couldn't get one more stitch. That's so disappointing. Like, it would have been so much cooler if he said she got 17 stitches. Just saying.
I mean, that sounds a lot cool. Yeah, the situation sucks, but
well, I haven't even continued reading. This is all I know so far. She got 16 stitches, but she got black eyes. Most people only have 2 eyes, so that means both eyes are black. All right. Juggalos don't beat women. His name is John Kowalski. He is a Chicago. What are we fucking doing here? Are we like?
Keep going.
All right. He's a Chicago juggalo, but he travels to shows to Ohio, Michigan, and gatherings. Let's show what happens when you beat women. You get excommunicated from our world and stomped. Let's show what happens when you hurt our fam. This guy really wants us to attack a motherfucker. So MCL, hit me up if you got any questions. It's SOS. I presume that this is Mr. Kowalski, and they're showing his tattoos like his mugshot. All right, so this is Comments of Carnage. Here we go. Callie, do you want to read some, or do you want me to do it?
You go ahead and read them. It's kind of weird on my screen.
Well, I mean, so far I don't know why this is worthy of Comments of Carnage, but
You'll see. As these comments unfold, you'll see.
all right. Someone says hatchet to the dome on site. That sounds like a promise, not a threat.
Keep going.
All right, I'm going. Please share, spread the word. Ain't no man to lay a hand on a woman. Let his face be known throughout the juggalo world. This guy's like a preacher. This guy sounds like evangelistic. He's like, can I get an amen? We don't hit women up in this motherfucker. Praise the Lord. All right, here's a long comment. And to think I used to date that loser. Whoa, he's got some ex-girlfriends in the comments. All right. I bet this is going to get kind of carnage.
It's interesting. As you like hear from these ex-girlfriends and these people that actually know this guy, holy fuck.
Dude, I just feel like I'm prying into something that's not my business. Like, this guy's trying to expose someone. He's showing his tattoos and face paint. He's told us where he's from, and now we're reading ex-girlfriend's comments.
I mean, this is, like you said, this is a globed Facebook complete spin.
You know what? I really should have vetted this before I agreed to do it, Callie. I don't know what kind of shit you're getting me into here. Like, now this shit's on the BeastMaster show, so. Like, is this woman beating douchebag gonna come looking for me for fucking exposing him even further?
All we're doing is reading these comments of carnage.
All right. I'm happy I upgraded and got away from him. Sorry to hear about what happened to your lady friend. No one deserves that. And men like him should definitely get what's coming to them. Hoping for a speedy recovery. Well, that's a nice message there. Did he beat her or just throw her out of the climbing car? Out of the climbing car?
Climbing car?
No, not that it matters. Just wondering. He threw her out of a car going 30 miles an hour, then beat her. Good grief. That's so messed up. Make it public so I can share this. Oh, so this wasn't even public at first. God damn it, Callie.
Hold on, keep going in these comments.
All right. Hope she makes good work. Well, I mean, this is all people wishing the fucking girl well.
Yeah. No, there's some interesting ones in here, though. Where?
All right. What a piece of shit. That's real interesting. Oh, my God. All right. Been telling you for years he was a piece of shit. I don't know this girl in this pic, but this dude is my brother and a big piece of shit. So now we got ex-girlfriends, and fucking sisters?
Yes.
Okay. Please have him arrested for this, whoever you are, girl. Because he's like that with every girl he dates. And he won't change, and he needs to be locked up. This is his sister. Make this public so it can be shared. It's messed up. It needs to be stomped.
Hold on. Where are they? Hold on. There's some. It gets deeper.
You know, I thought this was supposed to be a fun segment. Like, this is just like totally depressing that a girl got fucking thrown out of the car, and now we're just mourning that she used to have a pretty face, and now she's all like beat up and.
So check it. This dude, when you dive deep into these comments, he basically gets exposed for grooming this chick since she was like fucking like 14 to 16 or something. He has another fucking chick somewhere in these comments that are like, oh, good. I know he's locked up now, so I can get him for child support. There's
you know what? I'm Xing this segment, man, because this is like other people's dirty laundry. This has nothing to do with music.
Look,
it has nothing to do with rap. It has nothing to do with concerts. All this is a piece of shit who beat his girlfriend and threw out of a moving car, and now we're getting the grievances from this guy's fucking exes and his own family members. So I get it. There's fucking juggalos out there that need to be canceled. That is a fact.
Yeah. No, whenever I read it, as you see, it was 6 or 7 days ago that like that was posted. When I first sent it to you, it wasn't so like drowned out in the comments, but originally there was maybe like 10 comments, and it was all like that fucking his sister and like people that were all just saying like, oh yeah, he did this, oh yeah, you know this, and it just turned into some crazy out there stories. But as you can see, they're all buried now, so I apologize for that.
You know what? This was a bit of a BOHICA in terms of an attempt to bring you guys some entertainment, when all I feel like I just did was fucking bring down the fucking, I don't know, like the
You better do it before it goes on Carnival of Coonery. Look, we put the guy on blast.
Well, I mean, look, everyone's got their flavor. Some people enjoy that kind of sadistic shit. Like they want to, like that's the thing is, if juggalos want to go on a witch hunt, go on a witch hunt for people like that. Don't go on a witch hunt for people that are just like not fucking angry at ICP because COVID fucked up their fucking, or because they had to redo coins and they're trying to do fresh shit for us. This piece of shit, he's trying to kill girls by throwing them out of moving cars. But this is like all kinds of bad vibes, man. Like I feel dirty just fucking putting that on the screen. God damn it, Callie.
Look, you said you wanted to try to do some shit a little controversial. We tried something.
Did I say that? Did I don't think did I say that? I don't know, man. I don't know about you. I tell you what, the next time we do Comets of Carnage, let's keep it fucking entertainment related. Let's not go into fucking people's actual dirty laundry and bring, you know what I mean? Like we can bring up a lot of serious shit. Like there's a juggalette who passed away a couple days ago. It's completely sad. And there's a fucking GoFundMe to raise money for like funeral costs and stuff. That is also a bummer. And I wasn't going to bring that up or talk about it. But like, yeah, there's fucked up shit that happens. I don't want to laugh at people who get beat up by their boyfriends. If anything, it's like, I don't want to trigger anybody. No, I don't want to trigger anybody by putting them on blast on my show. And now I'm going to have Chicago juggalos coming for me because I'm fucking trying to out them. Like, I get it. This guy's trying to fucking say, hey, everybody, hide your girlfriends, hide your wives, hide your kids. We got juggalos out here throwing them out of moving vehicles. Like, that's not cool, y'all. It's not cool. Fuck that dude.
Not cool. Not fucking cool.
All right, this was a bit of an iffy segment, but we're gonna try again. We'll do Comments of Carnage again, but we gotta pick some better content, man. This is just too much of a bummer. Jesus. All right.
But I mean, honestly though, this year so far has been cool. We got Cobra Kai, right?
Oh shit. Well, if you're gonna talk about Cobra Kai, then I gotta put that up on the screen. Where's the?
Actually, I remember. I believe it was whenever it was season 1. I watched it, sat and binge watched it, and I believe I got a hold of you like in the middle of it, and I'm like, bro, Cobra Kai, you have to check this shit the fuck out.
Yeah, I think you were the one who put this on my radar, and the first season of Cobra Kai debuted in a weird way that I had never consumed entertainment like this, but it was like on YouTube Red. It was a YouTube show, and the thing is you have to subscribe for that. But I did the 30-day free trial just so I could watch Cobra Kai season 1, and I fucking loved it. That's why I made this a topic in the title, because yesterday, the first day of the new year, January 1st, Cobra Kai season 3 has now been available. And I couldn't be more excited about this. I mean, look, Callie, you watched it already? Is that what you said? You already watched it?
I've already seen all of it.
Oh my God. Of course you did. Look, I am still working on The Mandalorian. And I'm just saying that I am not going to jump ship and start watching this until I finish The Mandalorian. So this is going to wait. This here is going to wait. And when I get to it, I will enjoy it. Okay. But If you guys, like, I want to put you guys on game, and so that's why this is a topic today, because that's what the BeastMaster show is. It's all my interests. And
So for those out there who haven't been keeping up with it, though, so check it. You know, it's a spin-off from the original Karate Kid movies, right? And it's the same fucking cast, just
spin-off
older
is
now.
incorrect. That's not the right term, because a spin-off is a spin-off. This is a straight up sequel. This is a sequel.
A sequel. There you go. This is a sequel that spawned off of the original movies.
Mm-hmm. And it's got the real, actual Daniel LaRusso.
Mm-hmm.
You can see them here, and it's got the real Johnny, and they both have kids, and their kids are in the mix, and it is just look. I grew up with the Karate Kid. I grew up with it. I fucking love that movie. The Karate Kid Part 2 is my shit. I had such a crush on that girl, his little Japanese girlfriend, the one that, you know, he was fighting for her honor. And whoever the lead singer is from Chicago who did the theme song, you know, I fucking love that song. I love that movie. I love Mr. Miyagi. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Catching flies with chopsticks. And they bring him up and they pay homage to him in this. Obviously, he's not with us anymore, but they didn't, because, you know, his death was written into the story of the Karate Kid, you know. And then you got the next Karate Kid with Hilary Swank. That was all right. That was the worst one out of all of them, but
it was all right. But no, check it. If you liked those movies, there's no doubt you'll like this. It's amazingly done. And like you said, it originally came out on YouTube, and it was supposed to be like helping launch a new thing that they were doing, streaming on YouTube.
So how did that work out for them? Because I let my 30-day subscription end, and I've never seen anything about YouTube Red again.
No, so instead of YouTube, I don't think they ended up continuing on with YouTube Red, and instead they just now have that feature to purchase some things now on YouTube. Whereas
I purchased it.
Thing.
Yeah, I purchased it. I own season 1 and 2 digitally, and now I'm gonna watch season 3 on Netflix. But honestly, like, when it becomes available to purchase, I'm gonna purchase season 3 so I own it, and that way I will have it in my collection, because that's what I do. I collect.
I have 1 and 2 in the DVD like box set.
Okay, you're still working with DVDs, man? That outdated technology?
You know what, man? Whenever that day comes and your internet's not working.
All right. So you're gonna go there, huh? It's like we're all moving forward in the digital world, and Callie Green's like, I'm ready for the apocalypse where your internet don't work, but my extension cord outlet does. Nah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Callie Green's gonna have his kids on these like what do you call them? Those exercise bikes. They're gonna be pedaling to charge the electricity. They're gonna be like, keep pedaling so I can watch Cobra Kai 4.
Yeah, get to fucking work. I need to finish that shit.
This show is amazing. And if anyone isn't on board yet, I'm not going to spoil nothing, but it is such a fucking fun show. The season finale for season 2 was epic as fuck. So I'm so
epic
ready for this. I've been waiting for this, but like I said, I'm going to finish The Mandalorian first because people are waiting on me to watch that so we can talk about it.
Yeah, you need to hurry up and finish that shit because I need to talk about it. I need to talk to you about it.
I pledge to you that after I watch The Mandalorian, we will talk about it, and we'll have a live stream also, almost like a Juggalo Jedi Council panel discussion all about it. I know Don Chaos wants to be a part of that. I think KMB the Sexy Ninja wants to be a part of that. And if there's any other diehard Star Wars fans that want to be a part of that, by the time we do that, I think it'll be enough time past where we can, and we'll just say spoiler alert in the beginning of the video, and we will talk about it. And if you don't want that shit spoiled, don't watch that episode or that don't watch that live stream. That's all it is.
Duck the fuck out the live stream then, because we're gonna spoil shit.
Yeah. No, but I'm super stoked about Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, and the things that they teased at the end of season 2. Like trust me, I'm motivated to keep watching Mandalorian now more than ever, just so I can get to this,
Yeah, that just the way they executed this season, you're really gonna like it, TJ. Like I already know.
You binge watched it all on the fucking first day it came out. You don't
Yo,
fuck around.
I'm that person that like at the end of the night I put on something, and like I used to be up all fucking night, but since COVID and not working anymore, my schedule shifted to where I'm more closer to my kids' schedule. So I stayed up all fucking night until like 1, 2 a.m. watching it, and I'm usually out. Like my wife is always talking shit on me because I'll try to watch something and it's like fucking 10:30 and I'm out cold.
Right.
So she couldn't even believe it. She thought that, oh, we'll get like a couple episodes in, and then he's gonna be out, and she'll join on her fucking group video chat with her homegirls, and I'm like, she tried to like get in on like her nightly group chat, but I'm actually awake this time, and it's like, nope, that ain't happening. We're doing this.
Awesome. I see the clock, and we are running short on time, but there is like one more thing I wanted to talk about before we wrap it up. I haven't looked at my notes like barely at all today, and it's really only like there's a few things we didn't get to do that I would have liked to do, but I am much happier with the things we actually talked about. And this shit can wait till next week. You know what I mean? But let's just cover the one thing, because where's the? Okay, so let me hit this button here. Let me just pause this. I'm gonna mute this, but I'm gonna show you the screen, and there. So I know that I mentioned briefly that Mikey Clark has announced like a new album, and maybe I can bring that up too, because I actually didn't grab the graphic for that, and I should have it here. It's not on his Insta.
On Fago Lovers, I think.
It's on Fago Lovers. All right. Well, anyways, the name of the Mikey Clark album is called Songs from the Blue, and then he also just recently released this this promo video. Is this it? I guess. Yeah, it's called Shocked Speechless, right?
I haven't even seen it yet.
Okay. Well, I'll show it to you. This is Mikey Clark's Instagram. Yeah, it's this right here. It's called Shocked Speechless. And on the back, this is a bonus. I don't even think this is actually the thing that I wanted to talk about.
That says not for sale. All tracks limited to 100. Oh, wow. That's fresh.
So
I haven't seen that.
So there's stop screen. Sorry, I'm a little clunky here with my So here is an actual video promo that he dropped on the 29th.
Yeah, right, cool.
You know what I'm saying? So I got it on mute, but I hit the play button, because that way you can just see. Here we go. This is the image I thought I was going to find on Instagram, but
that's the image I saw.
Yeah, me too. But it wasn't on his Instagram. So Mikey Clark is dropping Shocked Rhythms and Damn Near Speechless. That was just the bonus disc. That's why it said not for sale, because that was just the bonus disc he was showing off. But this is a 4 CD set, volume 1 through 4, over 80 Mikey Clark tracks, instrumentals, and more. Includes 9 songs, limited bonus. So that's what the 9-track bonus CD that we just looked at before. This is crazy. I'm so interested in this. And if you guys don't remember, on the first episode of the BeastMasteR show, I showed my Spotify top 5. Mikey Clark made my top 5 on Instagram last year. Like, I was bumping a ton of his music because I love me some Mikey Clark. His fucking beats are amazing. And he has all his fucking beats on Instagram. You can go listen to them. They're fucking great. So I'm really fucking interested in this. Funhousemusic.com, the Electric Lab. And then, you know, so this is kind of like a video. Yeah, it's showing you all the all the imagery. Mikey Clark's you know, his logo, his is the kind of like the mad professor look with the circle glasses, and he looks like he's all rage and angry, you know. I like that shit. I like that yeah, he just looks insane.
I love that image.
Oh, that was cool. They flashed all the different colors. Here it is. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4 bonus disc. So I just wanted to share that. Thought it was pretty cool. And really, I'll probably leave it at that. Everything else that we didn't get to, we don't have time for today. So we're just going to add that to next week.
I'm going to send you my song that I have picked for you to play today. I want you to put a little context behind what I'm about to send you.
Okay, go ahead.
So hold on.
Well, if you guys don't remember, at the end of the BeastMasteR show every week, we're going to close out the episode listening to one of my songs from my catalog. I have over 100 songs recorded, and I've so far, with the exception of the Christmas episode, we had to play my one Christmas song. I've been letting my guest choose the song of the week. And so Callie Green, you know, I don't know what it is yet, and this is more fun for me than I think it is for everyone else, because I'm super curious. Like, what fucking song did you choose? Because I know you've heard pretty much everything I've released publicly.
Yeah. I've heard shit you haven't released publicly.
Right. Well, you haven't heard everything, because I have stuff I've never shared before.
I'm sitting on I love your Cemetery Girl cover.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did, but that's actually released. That I released that.
Oh shit! See, I thought that was unreleased.
No, that's on my. You know what? It's definitely on my YouTube page. If you look at the playlists on my BeastMasteR YouTube account, there is a playlist that has like a bunch of shit in there that may not be public. It may be unlisted in the playlist.
I searched it. I fucking searched that one to see if you had it out there, and I didn't see it. But
I hope I didn't. No, I'm pretty sure I could find that, and it's public. I mean, it may be unlisted, but the playlist is public. You feel me?
Gotcha. No, I sent you. I sent something I picked though.
Okay, so
this works for you.
I got to get the. Oh shit! All right. You know what? We're gonna do this a little tricky, because I want this to fucking sound good, and I think this is, you know what, man? This is a great fucking pick. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually play you this track from my hard drive, and we can look at the video graphic, okay?
Okay.
Because I have a version of this song that's a better mix than the one that.
Fuck yeah!
I'm just saying, the mix on this song is not the best, but the mix I have, it's the better mix. I mean, for our listening pleasure, and no slight to anybody. I don't know who fucking put this together. Like, I don't know who mastered and you know, and I don't think there was any mixing. But don't
know if there was a field engineer.
Oh, man. So this song's 4 minutes long, and yeah, we have 1 minute to set it up before we're able to play it. And so. Do you want me to explain the song a little bit, or do you just want me to fucking play it?
I want you to explain it a little bit.
All right. So this track is from my my days on Hightown Records. When I started doing live shows, I started performing at all these small bars and club, you know what I mean, like club shows. And the underground scene in Massachusetts was really fucking popping back then. And the one group that was doing like tons of fucking shows was Hightown Records. They were opening up for everyone, like all the underground shows that come around and they would get the logo. They were opening up for everyone, you know what I mean? And so they were getting a lot of exposure, and then they started doing their own, like putting on their own events and stuff. And I linked up with them because I wanted more performance experience. And these guys were doing mad shows. And so it was a little bit of a trade situation where they were letting me have sets on these shows so I could perform, and get better at that. I was very green. I always felt I wasn't the best performer, but I was also able to help them out because I had my own my own apartment with my own spare room, basically turned it into a recording studio. And I had all these guys in and out of my apartment in my recording studio. And we did like 5 fucking mixtapes in 1 year. And then we did another one. So it was actually 6 mixtapes. And then there was another one, but I kind of wasn't involved in the other 2. So, but 5 of these mixtapes I was heavily involved in, whether it was like the graphics, or whether it was like helping record the songs on my equipment, getting all these motherfuckers in to drop their verses,
I heard some intros, like, yeah.
Yep. I obviously submitted my music to be in these mixtapes, so I contributed musically. And so this song actually caused controversy because originally I wasn't supposed to be on this song, apparently. And you know how, well, I don't know, this thing happens where you got dudes in the recording studio and you're making music and ideas are flying, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, yo, we should do this or we should do that, but not everyone's in the room. So then other people find out, they're like, oh, wait, you recorded that? Well, that was supposed to be for me and him, not you and them. Like, and so I pissed off some people by getting on this track because I wasn't supposed to be on this track, but I got the blessing of the people on the track for me to be on it. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I was basically guilty of stealing the spot, the verse from someone else. And then I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had a falling out with people on the label, and I left the label, like not on good terms. And this song came out at the end of my my time on the label. And I admittedly wrote subliminal disses into this verse on people on the label. So it's actually a really good song, and for me, it's probably the most aggressive bars I've ever spit, because it's from the heart and it is shots fired, and it's shots fired like within the camp. You know what I mean? So that being said, I will play you this. Let me put it on the screen, and we're running a little late, but that's all good. I just wanted to give you guys that context.
I wanted to hear some context, and I'm so glad I got it.
All right. So I guess I have to open up my iTunes now. This ended up going in the Rejects mixtape called Tales from the Nobody Volume 2. And Reject and Mad Max together formed a group called Hostile Figures. And so this is a Hostile Figures track featuring BeastMasteR, but it's Reject, Mad Max, and myself. And the song is fucking amazing. It's a really fucking good song. And I can't wait to play it for you. Let me just find it.
Yeah, you didn't think I'd pull something like that out, huh?
In a way, I'm not surprised, because you know we're both big Mad Max fans, and I'm proud that I actually made a few songs with him. This is one of them, you know. But all right, without further ado, this is. Let me just make sure I'm playing the right song. All right, it's the Hightown Crew. Here we go. You hear that?
Yep.
You got a problem, then come and get it. I'll leave skulls on your face and you never forget it. I'ma let it off for the bang and let your head catch it. It's Hightown, motherfucker, and we ain't messing around. We get down, deep to the underground in the casket and blasting loud. Infinity reject dirty shit. Trigger the schizo, BeastMasteR, twisted me. I'm Mad Max, if you didn't know it yet, and I could give a fuck less. So you're gonna go and get this is Murder Mash. When it can show respect, we hold the deck. Every single show is set, it's so crazy. From making you go to the babies. If you ain't my homie, fuck you, baby. Let the stereo there every time you play me. H-Y-T-O-W-L for the straight G's. Anyone talking rude, yeah, I'm talking to you. You get fucked up by the Hightown Crew. If you like ketamine, that's the seaweed and shrew. Get fucked up with the Hightown Crew. Pretty bitches going both ways, yeah, you too. Come and get fucked by the Hightown Crew. Well, straight throw the H in your face, it's true. Y'all motherfuckers know how Hightown do.
Yeah, my dude, man. That's my partner in crime. So you ain't gotta worry about his rhymes. We on point, steady, couple joints up and delicious. My ACR come equipped with the bubble vision. We on the ground, it's delicious. Hanging on and dropping digits. 105, our town's big, we covered in living. Sorry, BeastMasteR. We get max house official. Come to the show. We get down to some roads. Finish in your face, break it up like glass. Man, pass that grab. Before we start with the ass. I ain't having that murder mask on my back. Thought after the point train buses the plane. Really quick to light up some haze. I'm so amazed 15 when I started my shit. Other labels wanna just keep popping this shit.
Anyone talking rude, yeah, I'm talking to you. You get fucked up by the Hightown Crew. You like ketamine, that's the seaweed and shrew. You get fucked up with the Hightown Crew. Pretty bitches going both ways, yeah, you too. Come and get fucked by the Hightown Crew. Well, straight throw the H in your face, it's true. Y'all motherfuckers know how Hightown do.
Dumbfounded, we put the HGR in hater. So keep hating, motherfucker, bound to see you later. We the Hightown Crew taking the crowd back. Stuff dead in their tracks like rejected max. Lights are like plastic caps. We got raps for days. She ain't nice and that's not inflating the stage. Working hand in glove on various drugs. Very face out bugs only our mothers could love. BSTMSTR. Your bubble pleasure, all hype, no muscle, all talk, no fucking muscle. Wanna tussle with a figure that's hostile? Absolutely not. It's synergy ain't infinite, so get it while it's hot. Cock bags, only skim up the stash. Bubble the snap, the ringers here to pick up the slack. Multitask, drop knowledge with a balancing act. Staying nice on the mic while kicking your ass.
Anyone talking rude, yeah, I'm talking to you. You get fucked up by the Hightown Crew. You like ketamine, that's the seaweed and shrew. You get fucked up with the Hightown Crew. Pretty bitches going both ways, yeah, you too. Come and get fucked by the Hightown Crew. Well, straight throw the H in your face, it's true. Y'all motherfuckers know how Hightown do. Anyone talking rude, yeah, I'm talking to you. You get fucked up by the Hightown Crew. You like ketamine, that's the seaweed and shrew. You get fucked up with the Hightown Crew. Pretty bitches going both ways, yeah, you too. Come and get fucked by the Hightown Crew. Well, straight throw the H in your face, it's true. Y'all motherfuckers know how Hightown do.
Yo, for real, much love to Mad Max, Reject, and everybody who is on Hightown Records. I do not hold any animosity towards those dudes anymore. You know, it's water under the bridge for me. And it's been like a decade, you know what I mean? So that's old beef.
Well, that YouTube video came out a year or 10 years ago, so
yeah, but really the main issue was that I guess I wasn't supposed to be on that track, and then I'm talking shit about the person who was supposed to be on that track. So and I did. I'm admitting it. Like I really was. but I'm also really proud of those bars because, you know, it's just something about rapping with other people and getting on a concept track. And it's a banger, man. That's a fucking banger right there. So I really do think back fondly on many aspects of my time on Hightown. But there was a lot of fuck shit. And I felt like I was being taken advantage of, but I don't want to dig up the past like that. If anything, I had a lot of learning experiences, and it's one of the reasons why I'm kind of chill and I give a pass when I see shit fucking going wrong all the time, because I know how shit can get fucked and go wrong all the time. It just happens, and it's always going to be that way. It's called BOHICA. All right. It's the law of BOHICA, and I felt it firsthand. But yo, thank you so much for joining me, Cali Green. You're the man. Everyone watching, I hope you tune in next weekend. We're doing this every Saturday afternoon. I'll have a new guest, and we're just going to keep this rolling all 2021. So I'll say this: I really do have some big aspirations. And there's elements that I haven't been able to implement yet. All this mail I was going to open, I'm going to wait, and I'm going to open this shit next week. That's right. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to open my mail for y'all next week. And
segment, you should just open every week one package. I mean, you let it sit there for fucking months already anyways.
And let me open this one, because this is the one that I don't know what it is.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what the fuck you got.
All right.
And I saw someone earlier was asking what happened to my like unboxing series. 2020, what happened to my unboxing series? That mixed with priorities.
Oh my God. So first of all, I already scratched off my address so that I could possibly show this to you. But I love what's written here, because if you can't see it, it says, it says to Torleif, BeastMaster. I love it when they write BeastMaster on my mail. And it says, do not bend. All right. So this package is from Miss Hollywood. Shout out Miss Hollywood out in California, working in Warner Brothers Studios on TV shows and movies and shit. And look what she got me. Yeah.
That's dope.
It's got like little candies and shit. This is a baby Yoda. It's oh my goodness, there's more though. Look at this. It's a fucking baby Yoda fucking Pez dispenser.
Hell yeah.
And then there's something else here. Oh my God, what is this? It's a blow-up doll. Just kidding. He said that. Oh my God, look at this. It says ho 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 and all that crap. It's a fucking gnome. Hell yeah. Dude, Miss Hollywood is the shit. What is this though? It's almost like it's a little apron or something. I don't even know. Oh, it's a bottleware. I get it. Naughty Gnomes bottleware. I put this on my bottle of wine. Oh, you're going to be seeing more of this guy, because I'm a fucking wino up in this piece.
Right.
And then there's like more candy. Oh my God. It's Baby Yoda Mandalorian lollipop rings. Dude, thank you so much, Miss Hollywood. Look at this guy. Now I have 2 Baby Yodas. Like, my collection is starting off strong in 2021. The obsession is real. Except this one, the one that I already had. You squeeze him and he makes noises.
So
yeah, I got that guy at Target. Oops, sorry, buddy. So that's my mail, and I'm sticking with it. And everybody else, have a great fucking new year. Be good to each other. Try to fucking show some empathy, and I don't know, try to enjoy yourselves. You know, try not to have a fucking what is it? When you're so stressed out over stuff that you keel over and die. Like, just you know. Yeah, don't have an aneurysm. No, I don't think that's it. Well, anyways, everybody be who you want to be. Have fun. Kids, do whatever you want to do. Just don't hurt anybody. Oh, and always remember to fuck the fuck off, motherfuckers.